with Sarah Green.
No, we are going live with men and Transformers the show. It's Friday night. We've got a new intro. It's probably not the best song in the world, but it's not copyrighted, so we shouldn't get struck for this. So, cue the new intro.
There's a magical place, we're on our way there, with toys in the millions all under one roof. It's called Toys R Us. Soon after bedtime, when dark nighttime falls, Jeffrey and helpers stock up all the shelves. From ceilings to floor, books, board games and bikes, teddies, puppets and dolls, beds, spaceships and trikes. There's millions, says Jeffrey, all under one roof. It's called Toys R Us, Toys R Us, Toys R Us.
Yeah, I wonder why that doesn't get copyright. There must
Have we just given Toys R Us free promotion?
We have. They're shut down, aren't they? Or they're
No,
reopening again?
I meant the YouTuber rather than the store.
Oh, Toys R Us.
Russ, yeah.
It works on both levels. Well, there we go. He doesn't need our help. He's doing fine without the help of us.
Doesn't it just make you happy? It's just a happy song, isn't it?
All warm inside.
Millions of Jeffreys all under one roof. So, news coming up in a second. What we've got tonight? Well, Alexis is joining us. He's just waiting for 5 minutes for his microphone thing to charge up. Later on, we're going to have a discussion. It's TFN Mini Con next Friday. Well, it's next Saturday, but we're all going down Friday like a bunch of lads. And we've got our favourite top 5 84 robots to go through as well. So all that and a lot more. But let's start off with the news.
I talk some TV, and now the news. Don't touch that dial.
Right, we'll start off with some sad news. Seem to have done this quite a lot recently, but TFN and numerous other people shared the news last week of the passing of Andy Cousins. For those who don't know, Andy Cousins worked as a toy designer for Hasbro, and he was instrumental on the kind of what we know as the G1.5 era. And he was TFN, and he proved to be very popular there and gave a lot of insight. Unfortunately, I missed his panel. And then he was supposed to be at the last TFN. Unfortunately, he was unwell and he wasn't able to come. And then obviously he's supposed to be at the Mini Con. And sadly, we've had this news that he has passed away. So, just very, very sad all around. So we thank him for everything he did for the Transformers. And I think it was quite nice that a lot of people have noted how happy he was and how much it gave him joy to see that the joy that what he'd done gave other people, because apparently he never really realised. And
he was genuinely surprised, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And he did seem and come across everything I've seen of him. He just seemed a genuinely nice guy. So I think we'll have a quick drink for Andy Cousins, lads.
Cheers.
Anyway, right. So that is sad news. We'll carry on with the news as normal now, and hopefully something a bit more cheerly. So there's Ratchet. So this is the 86 Ratchet figure, which is supposed to be based on the movie scene when, of course, he gets executed along with Ironhide and Brawn and Prowl. So this is a Celine leaked, as these things so often are, and we already have some side-by-side comparison photos. I don't understand the appeal of these. I get it, but
I don't like the blowjob mouth.
It's the dead face. It's the dead and dying. What? Who's looking at that?
That's the first time you said that, Jamie. Normally you do.
I've said it to you plenty of times, Alexis. I went, no thanks.
You still say no.
Look, Alexis, what, 30 seconds to derail the news straight away. There you go. And then we've got the Legacy United 5-pack that is landing with lots of people over in the States, at least. And I think some people over here in the UK already
have sent it out. People have got
there you go. Yeah. I know that Mellow Shade's got his. I saw his photos.
Yeah.
And he was very happy with Hound. So yeah, we have seen a lot of this before, just not really in hand. If you've got it coming, I'm sure they'll be very good.
What's everyone looking forward to the most out of the 5 of them? So they all
to be honest, all of them now. At first, it was just Hound. Hound was the one that was majestic, but I think a lot of people started to look forward to a Sunstreaker, a Jazz at Windbreak when they transform, and then Trailbreaker. They kind of like the idea of Wheeljack is the weakest for me, but then there's some people who seem to really like the idea of Wheeljack being this super white.
I've already seen some criticism from one or two people on Twitter of Wheeljack. Apparently, some talk of loose joints. So I don't know if there's been a bit of mold degradation there. Unfortunately, hopefully that's just one or two people. It might be a your mileage may vary thing. Oh, I can't see Ian's comment there. What incredibly witty thing was he saying then?
He said, "Why does Alexis look like a 90s skateboarder?"
Okay. So I'll answer your question, Ian. So I've been challenged to try and do 4 different hairstyles for the show. So each segment, I will change my hairstyle, and you will see.
Who challenged you?
Yeah, and you sure that's what the challenge was? You sure the challenge wasn't to get munted during the show?
If it was, you've succeeded, my friend.
That's not, again, Paul. Not a challenge, more of a consideration.
I was going to say more of a.
Don't get munted on the show. Oh, okay, you want me to do 4 different hairstyles I've taken from that?
So if anyone wants a nominate hairstyle, so I'll try it. It's free available. This is number 1.
Go for it.
Oh, this is not crack, I suppose. Right, there's the Wheeljack. Very white.
Commit some crime at some later date. I don't know.
Then we got this. This is the Target exclusive Optimus Prime and Autobot Bullseye, where they've colored and repurposed the Ravage toy that we had previously, except this time it is a dog called Bullseye because that is the mascot of Target.
I do think the Volvo mode it would have been better. I don't think the Laser Prime mode is a good one to use. Plus, they've already had numerous repaints of that, so
nice colours though.
It's a funny one. It's strange that we've kind of done this, but it's money, isn't it? It always comes down to it. It's about money. And then we had the official product shots from Hasbro of the not even announced but already out in some places Cybertron Universe Starscream, and the one we're all looking forward to picking up, which is the Beast Machines War Class Cheetor.
Did you see that's going to be out on Thursday next week in Demand Toys?
I believe that's what seems to be the rumor and the general thinking, because they've got more reveals for Thursday, and In Demand, I'm sure it was In Demand, wasn't it, who said we have some things coming up for pre-order, and it was these on Thursday, so we know what's coming up on that stream anyway. There's Silverbolt. We've got more pictures comparing the original and that Silverbolt later on. Cybertron Starscream. Oh my word, look at that. Stare into his eyes. I think we should all pick up one of those.
No.
No. Not for us, for Pete. You know, like with the DVDs, the Transformers movie DVDs. We'll just buy it. Everybody watching, buy one of these for Pete. Let's make him happy.
It looks like the early renders of Jeff Goldblum's The Fly before it came out in the cinema. No, just me. Okay, fine.
I thought you said Jeffrey Gollum, and I've just realised you're Goldblum.
Goldblum.
Alcohol. Right.
Legend,
there's the box art, your usual product stuff, and there's all 3 of them together. Yay. We'll get those soon. Gears. We've had official photos of Gears, which I'm assuming are from that guy that you've spoken about before, Jamie, the lad who's now doing the photos for them.
He's got like shared duties and stuff like that.
So the Galaxy. Gears. And it's what we've really seen before, just new photos of it.
Yeah.
It sounds like a shit stream.
Yesterday's stream was all stuff that's already been leaked, but even they had said in the stream, you know, they kind of fronted up to the fact a lot of this stuff has already been leaked, but we're going to show it to you anyway. And you kind of felt a bit sorry for them because it's not their fault. It's not like they've leaked it. They've just got to get on with it, and they've got to try and be upbeat and yay.
Yeah, I mean, as we tried to say in the stream, remember we're getting to interact with the actual creatives behind this, which not many industries do. Normally they have a spokesperson or PR person. You know,
got to enjoy it while we can.
Yeah.
Right, Mark Lonas, all praise be to Mark, from the design team, has shared photos of the now called Star Raiders. They were Star Seekers. They changed the name to Star Raiders for reasons that even Chris McFeely doesn't know, although he prefers the name. Filch. Everybody loves Filch. Filch is on everyone's lips. That word.
I was still talking about it last Saturday when I went out for drinks with Sam, actually.
Well, you were talking about having a Filch. Well, whatever floats your boat.
It was... apparently Filch is
Filch.
Right.
Yeah, Filch wasn't Cyberverse, so I apologise. I did say Cyberverse yesterday. I got mixed model up with Cyberverse at RID 2015. So Dave, you were right. You and your nipples were correct. I got my not so old cartoons modelled up.
They can do two things: be correct and point towards water.
The interesting thing about the stream was they seemed to suggest that something epic's coming at the end of the month.
They did, yeah.
Mega filch. Belch.
The video of it. No, there's Lockdown. Lockdown seems very popular. Personally, I don't like the head sculpt. I think it looks more like the movie head sculpt than it does the actual animated one.
Wasn't Lockdown to replace Death's Head because they lost the rights to Death's Head?
They couldn't use Death's Head, so they created
that's right.
A bounty hunter. But he's become very popular himself in his own right, and he's featured in other things like IDW, and of course was part of the movieverse or made part of the movieverse. And there's the car mode with the paint, which I think they talked about yesterday on the stream, that it wasn't including all the proper paints on it, and this one is.
It's cool.
And there he is. He's very popular, it seems. So
I mean, they're sold out. All three of the deluxes have sold out in Hasbro Pulse UK.
I think Filch seems extremely popular, and not just because of the pastime. So I think it's interesting that one was one of the ones that I saw that had sold out quite quickly in a lot of places. But I actually think the bird mode for that is it looks really cool. So yeah. Anyway, breaking news.
Kind of like He-Man, the Masters of the Universe. That bird.
Yes, you said that yesterday about Skeletor's bird thing. Robosen are going to be at the Mini Con, which I am sure Jamie or someone in our group predicted not that long ago. And it's been announced literally about an hour before we came on air. Can we say on air? Yeah, we're on TV. It's fine. Yeah,
we live.
So Robosen will be there. And who knows, we may get to sneaky peeky at the Megatron.
I'll be dragging Mayline up there going, Mayline, speak the language, speak.
Brilliant. Moving on. Cybertron Starscream.
How much I like it.
More in-hand photos showing his posability, his cyber planet key.
What's man doing for discount?
I'll tell you what.
You tried that before. Did it?
What's banned for dinner? It's called racist.
I'll be honest with you, it fucking worked. So I think
that was the discount code as much as anything. But all right.
No.
And there's Windblade. So you get a bit of a comparison. Jet mode. Nice clean, and you can store the gun quite neatly. So it does go underneath these panels. So that's the gun that you can carry in robot mode as well, which I quite like. Then Sandstorm, loads of people in America have got this. Enutabi has done his review, so go watch that. And I know there's several others. I think Deluxe Baldwin, has he done a review of this? Cybertron Starscream he's done. So go watch them.
It's not called Sandstorm over there. It's more of a tornado or twister. So Sandstorm was more of a European thing.
Fucking hell. The feet let it down a little bit, doesn't it? The feet let it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Moving on. There it is.
Bless you, Alexis. Bless you.
I might do a different show.
Can I come?
Anyway, comparison photos. You see the size. Dune Buggy's probably the weakest mode, I think, but it's still good. And let's be honest, we'll be getting it. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good, baby. It's all gravy.
I actually think the Dune Buggy is awesome. I quite like the figure.
I know you do, Jamie. It's fine. You're allowed to.
You know,
it's not against the rules.
He's like all those dog penises coming out of him. Have you seen them? Little red dog cock.
Lipstick.
Yeah. I love the way you're asking. Have you seen one? Do you want me to get a photo?
Before the show, we were talking about that girl and the dog.
Your lipstick brings all the dogs to the yard. They're like, it's bigger than yours. They're like, I don't give a shit. Off the show, cancel.
Please stop. Right, moving on. There's the Silver Bolt comparison photos with the original toy. Again, there's been a couple of reviews of it which look. They seem to think that it's good. And then we're on to this, the bloody statue. Who was the ones who've done this giant statue again? I've forgotten. It's not PCS, is it? Oh, anyway, it's whoever the company is. Maybe the name will come up there. These are the actual kind of product shots that they revealed at the TF Con. So you get a little bit more that you can see. You get black gloves and do you get that? You must. Otherwise, why put it on there? Maybe they're just suggesting it. You get a ruby ticket and platinum coin, and whatever that is. Devastator certificate of authenticity.
Why are you getting this black gloves and makeup, Basher? You're meant to be putting some of this stuff on the side.
It's so when your wife finds out, you can just restrain her. I don't know. I don't know why they're doing it. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I don't understand why. Look, it looks. I'm not saying it doesn't look good, right? I get to a point. It looks good. But it's a 45-inch tall. You've no idea. It's a 45-inch tall, like $300-$400. statue.
How
of
wide is it?
Devastating.
How wide is it?
It says it
Andy?
there, 45
It
inches
says
tall.
at the top.
It's
Put
literally
your
got the
damn
dimensions.
glasses on, for the love of God. And then put the
Time
ear
out,
down.
Paz. A minute.
And there's the 3 head sculpts. So you've got a shouty face, a non-shouty face, a shouty, a pouty, and then G1 style.
Very good. What's the depth of that, Andy?
I don't know,
34
5 miles.
inches.
Who cares? Right, there it is. And that's the back, because we all display our figures facing in the wrong direction. And that is all of today's official news, which takes us onto the small matter.
Do you ever
of
think if
third
you went to
party.
someone's house and all their Transformers were displayed with them facing the wall like that? You just saw the back. Would it freak you out? Would you-
I'd want to ask the
funny.
question, why don't you want them watching you? What is it you're doing that you just don't want them judging you on?
They go, they're alive, Andy.
They watch me filch. Right, fair party news.
Battle this.
It's heavy metal cruncher time as Optimus Prime goes toe to toe with Combat Megatron. Prime is one tough dude underneath his hood. He's a transformer missile fun phenomenon. Combat Megatron is combat armed. His mighty mega missiles are slamming. He can mad out more for use mega force, but Combat Optimus is still standing.
Ooh, so much cooler than the mainline intro.
More time on that
Come
one.
on then. Let's get on with this,
I
because
did.
we have to get through this before next week.
Your own time.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking about
You're still thinking about the dog
Just like a
fingers
thing.
again.
So we had lots on last weekend.
Oh,
we
all
had
these photos are from
TFN.
TFW2005.com, because they provided a full gamut of photos from the third-party reveals. So all credit to them for these.
Yes,
We thank them very much.
wonderful site.
Right, make toys. They make toys.
This is Paul. There's a Paul, there's a Paul, isn't there?
That's
This is
Tangerine
Tangerine
Swarm, but this is Paul. Paul,
Ooh.
you're looking good there.
I like the
Paul.
cut of
Hey,
his
Paul.
jib. Paul's got a bit of sass. He's a man about town. I like him. I'd buy
That fucking
him.
time.
Then robot toys. And they're the ones who are
Is
doing
it-
these legend size Primal
Mini
and
ones.
Megatron. Yeah.
Which look really good. They look really good.
But Hasbro must look at that and go, that's identical. Like, they are just lifting our design so close now. It's cool that it's Legends, but
There's got to be a reason why they let so many third-party companies get away with so much. But maybe it is all a legal thing. Maybe they just
Well,
they
isn't
can
it
have a
just-
likeness.
They all have different copyright laws, don't they, in different countries?
Yeah. But anyway, there it is. There's
That's pretty.
Megatron.
They're pretty cool because Beast Wars characters, were
Beast
smaller.
Wars.
So
Sorry, I
these
have
would
to-
be like probably like, if these were against MPs, they'd be like the right scale, I guess, right? Because they were meant to be smaller.
I mean,
So-
what I dislike about it is it lacks the texture of the Hasbro mainline and what I've seen of other third party stuff.
Yeah, but it comes with a toothbrush. So
yeah, that's how they get around that.
swings and roundabouts on that one, Jamie. Yeah, obviously. Anyway, moving on. Magic Square. I like their logo. That's pretty cool. Dinobots.
They always look good, but the plastic's so shit.
What,
It
Magic
does look
Square in
good.
general?
Yes. Like
Quite
the thing.
metal plastic they use, isn't
So
it?
yeah,
I like
it's
it.
soft.
I don't mind it. It grows on you.
Literally,
Like
because it's so
fungus.
squishy. Yeah, exactly that. So New Age and Iron Factory actually have decent like plastic and paint, and Magic Square just haven't turned up. So, which is weird, right? Because their masterpiece versions of their miniatures actually do turn up, and they actually are good plastic. So it's really weird. So
I like that shot of him just chatting like bros. And then New Age.
Yep.
It's a New Age. And it's Diane
Hoist.
Keaton. That's wonderful.
hoist.
Hoist.
So they haven't done a Trollbreaker. So this is the first of the two of the molds.
looks good.
And there's a
Good alt
tease for
mode.
I was just going to say,
Look,
have they done a Warpath, or is that just a tease?
No. So the only warpath which has happened is Iron Factory, which is a decent warpath. So that's a tease there.
Right.
But
But these are
looks
just
really good.
renders at the moment, aren't they? These aren't the physical things yet. I
Not
look
yet.
forward to seeing those and reporting on them in the future.
So
Metagate.
Metagate, who have done the they do Triple Strangers, so they've done. This is obviously the I'm trying. They've done. Is it Crasher?
Dropkick.
What's the one
It's Dropkick
Dropkick.
from
Based on-
Bumblebee movie. Eh?
That's it.
It's Dropkick from Bumblebee movie. They've
That's it.
done Shatter before.
Shatter,
I
not
believe.
not
so,
Crash, not Crash, not Crasher.
Is that a
Shatter.
triple
Yeah.
change or just?
Yes.
Yeah. In the movie, he was. So they've tried to recreate it. They did it with Shatter, didn't they? And actually, that wasn't bad. That one.
They've done. So Shatter's very good. It's masterpiece scale. They've also done Drift as well from the Bayverse movies, and they turned Drift into Bludgeon as well, which is meant to be a very good MP scale version of him as well.
Iron
Factory.
Factory.
They're doing their Japanese style, like their samurai style.
Fallen.
So this is the Fallen.
That. I like the flame effects. That's kind of cool. Not sure the sword's big enough for him though. Probably needs something.
The what? Sorry.
Or Haslab sword. Sorry.
Sword.
We've already seen this sideswipe before, but it is a nice looking sideswipe. Are these legend size?
It's really good.
These are legend. So again, Iron Factory, the only people to actually do
Of course,
Sideswipe and Sunstreaker.
Stupid question.
That's all.
We've
This
already
is their
seen this,
version.
haven't we?
Yes, this is part of the Leo Kaiser.
It is.
Victory, which looks very good. Again, you've got the breast is breast beast there,
And he's the
which
crotch
is
piece.
He is crotch piece. He was
We
the
missed out, didn't we? We got breast formers, but we never got crotch formers. So I just feel we were missing a trick there.
That was the next thing. That was the next thing on the
Right,
Hasbro's design table, but sadly,
this is
Double
Leo
line in
Zach.
this.
Leo Zach. It looks very good. I liked. He was always so. He was in the cartoon. He wasn't quite. He was better than Starscream because he was decent. He performed, but he just never got the appreciation from his boss because his boss was a prick. So Death
Alexis, are you projecting something, right?
No.
If your boss is watching,
As opposed to Megatron, an upstanding member of the community.
No.
DX9 Mini.
Death was so selfish.
What was that evil Death Saurus thinking of? I don't know.
Oh, these evil despots. They just don't know how to treat their workers. Chrome Dome. We've seen this before, but not these photos specifically.
It looks pretty solid end to end, right? So,
The bot mode looks good. The car mode still looks like absolute gash. But
a little squishy, you think? A little squishy, you think?
I mean, I'm sorry, but it's just...
That's all right. Apology accepted.
It's a mini version of what Chrome Dome should look like.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't think it's good. Nope. Mex Fans Toys wonderful look better.
I have to transform it now.
Well, they've got that again. That little teaser. So they've done the double dealer, haven't they? Or they're doing it. And
yep.
Chrome Dome, and then Brainstorm at the top, and a Power Master Prime.
Nothing new though. They shared those before, so
that photo is old. Yeah, well, not that old. It was like 2 weeks ago. Unique Toys. This is their Dino from Dark of the Moon, I want to say.
So Unique Toys have done the best quality Prime from last night, and but they haven't finished off their Terracons. So
so don't buy anything of theirs till they finish what they started.
Oh no, is it them? No, Unique Toys.
Focus on the picture. Focus on the picture.
Right. Dino, everyone. Dino.
Look at the pretty lights. Yeah. There's the car mode.
No, it's called Dino. He's a Ferrari.
That's nice.
Well, yeah, Dino. It was after the guy who is it the guy who runs it or whatever.
That was Enzo, Ferrari Enzo. That's
there's Lockdown.
I was joking. Dino is a Ferrari name. So,
and there's a size comparison if you wanted to know how big it is.
That's interesting.
And in vehicle mode.
So next, same scale as your MPM stuff.
Kang Toys. Right. So this is the stuff that it's a shame Ian's not here because he. Oh no, he's not getting the minis, is he? He got the larger ones, the large masterpiece scale one. These are the.
This is large.
Oh, is it?
This is large. Yeah. These are huge.
Oh, so these are the masterpiece style.
So this is the same size as their dive bomb. Like this, the wingspan is going to be absolutely immense. It's like 30 inches wide. It's ridiculous.
So they've created a completely new character for it. It's not dive bomb.
No, this is Swoop. That's Swoop.
Oh, of course, it's the Dinobot one, isn't it? What the hell am I talking about?
They've done a stylized version of Swoop, which they are going to have a combiner of. So,
yeah.
I don't know how popular this is, to be honest, but it looks cool. But I mean, it looks more Zoids, I guess. So
It does
that
look
looks
like
very
you're going to slice yourself on it.
that looks very Quetzalcoatlus rather than Pterodon. So
What is that?
That's a side view. It's a side view, just in case anybody wanted to see what it looked like from the side. And there's the wingspan. Not wingspan, but the wingspan. Headshot. And that's it as a fist of fury. And that must be the fist. Turns into a little spider monster thing. Little spider monster.
there you go.
Mechanical Skull Studio.
Ooh.
Doing Armada again. Yes.
So this is the new company, actually. So this is I haven't seen this one actually. So
What
the
scale
company-
will this be? Do we think? Like, I don't know the company at all. Well, actually,
I
think we have
looks
something.
It looks legend scale. So if you want in depth of everything, go watch Arrowfire on his channel. He's done a very good video in depth.
He has. Excellent.
I think,
So it says there,
it's legend scale, right? This looks
the
legend
drone
scale,
can
so.
be assembled on either the figure's forearm or his tail cone backpack. Comes with a new pair of posing hands.
Jazz
It looks
hands.
decent for an Armada Starscream or Armada Seeker.
Mm.
I think that's what people would want to get. They'd want to get the 3 usual Seekers. Maybe 4.
Is that a
if you
figure?
check them.
Is that a Diaclone figure?
I don't know because it's
Jamie-
not painted, is it?
Jamie, is that like a Diaclone? Jamie, do you know?
It looks very much like a Diaclone figure, but it obviously looks far more substantial, more like a mask.
Included.
with joints. Yeah.
Did it say it was
It
included?
said. It did.
Is my sound on the
Size
mic-
action figure included, yeah.
Is my sound on the mic better now, Pete?
Yeah, that's really good. Skywarp, people are saying.
It does
So is
look
that
like a good
Skywarp
action
rather
figure.
than Starscream?
Yeah, 3 people.
Because
said
all
it's
three of them,
Armada Sky.
basically, well, in Armada, yeah, Skywarp had a different head. That's why I would argue it's not Sky. That one looks like Skywarp because you've got the thing coming at the top of the head.
I just wish third-party
That
companies,
doesn't-
because Hasbro
See.
don't seem to be doing it, would just bring out
Aha.
human-based characters for people to buy, which are in
Mhm.
scale.
That would be cool to have the little human figures just for
It would be
dioramas and stuff. Dreamstar Toys.
They've done their stylized version of Superion. This is the next one version. I think they try and release. There's one left, which is this one. So they've released 4 out of the 5. This is the last one. Looks really cool, but I'm very solid out here, but it's just very finicky. So as you can see from all the panels there,
I was going to say
Imagine it's
panel
that-
centric.
oh yeah, well, it looks super cool, but it's like, so it is what it is.
I think this is the other ones as well, isn't it? Because we get a full shot eventually of the
So
actual thing itself once it's
You
all
mean
combined.
stylized Superion, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. So it's the way I envision this is it's like a movie verse, like a Bumblebee verse or Bayverse Superion.
It's definitely a better than your typical Bayverse figure.
Mm.
Yeah, but I can see what you mean. It's got that like slightly Bumblebee-verse look to it, so it's
Yeah.
somewhere in
Full of
Bumblebee.
Cybertron. Full of Cybertron. It makes me
Good
think
shout.
of.
Good shout. Good shout.
X-Transbots.
So these are their legend scale figures. So X-Transbots are doing their legend scale protector bots, which is interesting because you thought they would have done the masterpiece first, but they've done the opposite way around. So they have released the Streetwise at the bottom right there, the left leg, and now they're releasing the hotspot, which, and ironically, it looks very similar to the way that they've actually configured MMC. So MMC will come up a little bit.
It looks
the way
like
that
his
the way
legs been eaten like with these mechanical bot things. Remember from the G1 comics, but it's just
Yeah.
metal stripped to Transformers into an exoskeleton.
So you literally just put the vehicle mode into the gap to fill it. To be fair, it's worked for Hasbro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
agreed.
So the first people who did this was DX9. DX9 did the trailer for Menasor, and they did that, and they had it so you could actually have the bots at the front of the back. So
These are my
cars-
2 favorite photos of all of them. The back of 2 bots, brilliant. And then an Ironhide, cartoon style.
So this is interesting, right? Again, like Pete, chip in here when you can. But so they've got X-Transbots, and they've also got fans toys. Because
does that head look kind of feminine or thinner? Not really bulky.
I believe you're going to see that there's more than one head for this one, although I might be thinking because there's another Ironhide coming up.
This is the point.
There
Pete,
we
what do
are.
you think? What's your opinion, Pete?
Actually, it's quite good.
Yeah, I did the head sculpt. I'm just comparing it to the Takara one. I mean, you could argue that the head sculpts are much better here on the X-Transpots, I would say. Because I've always felt that the head was out of proportion on the Takara one.
Get the little battle station.
Too small. Too small.
So X-Transbots or Fans Toys or Takara? What are you going to go for?
Fan toys.
Choose or die.
Yeah. However, it needs to be pretty good because the one I've got.
It just doesn't look like Ironhide in some of those shots. It's just, I guess because it looks like a newly molded Ironhide who was just born or created.
Comes with a Dyson though, so that's good to see.
Dyson, toothbrushes, makeup brushes, murder gloves, according to Andy.
Fingers of fire. I never said murder. I don't want that on the record. I never said it.
Technically, the series was it was a Marder, wasn't it?
Now, I realise that like the bot mode scales quite well, but because of the size of the window, it just it makes me think the vehicle mode really isn't going to scale very well.
The head is better proportion though. I keep comparing it to the car. It's much better proportion.
Backpack. And you can get that lovely flying pose. Does anybody? I'd love it. Has anybody got like an Ironhide masterpiece or whatever and poses it like this anyway? Anybody?
I did have.
Anybody in the chat?
I did not like that, but I did have the backpack in it. I had it all guns blazing at one point. I've changed it now, but I did have it like that.
And skis.
So. Oh, that's from that one episode. Which one is it? When they're going to stop the person who's got the solar pound.
When they're going across the water.
That's yeah, clearly.
Yeah. Well, no, because they're skis. You could be skiing.
Yeah. You're on the Alps.
Well, it could be water skiing.
Yes, that's the point. He could be doing both. Anyway, what a shock. Ratchet. Or Ratliff, as they're calling him.
Ratliff.
And it's basically the same bot, obviously, with the few tweaks that make him Ratchet.
That's so panelly, isn't it? These guys just, I don't know, they make it hard work.
And now it's Fans Toys. I thought there was more of that. We're on to Fans Toys, everybody.
Fans Toys.
And yet no innuendo. Marg.
For that. Anyway, yes, so this is this is actually in a robot, which actually has a shell, and it's no one has done this successfully. So if you look at his back there, you can see that he is the robot. In the robot is the outer robot, effectively, and it's a shell. So Magic Square had a go at this. It was shit. New Age had a go at it. It was okay, but no one's actually done this. And because of this, they're also making a Prime as well. So it does look good. We'll see how. We'll see if it's gonna be Ma or Meh. So time will tell.
Magnus looks decent.
They've done the wheels.
Ultra Magnus is almost like Soundwave in the respect. He always seems to look pretty good now in most toys he comes out.
Yeah. I don't want to say it's hard to mess him up because it probably isn't. But, you know, there's enough people who've done it pretty well that surely you can just... which let's play that game. Which Magnus are you today? I'm going to go with that one. That one's cool. You can have the battle damaged Magnus, although it's just his head.
Smiley face. Smiley face
I
at the
keep saying
bottom.
that one should be releasing Transformers with multiple heads.
That's the face when he was when Daniel just got the exosuit on the shuttle. Like they're about to go on Junking Planet. Right, let's go get some done. That's my face.
Accidentally bought white wine. It's like
Wait,
red wine.
As opposed to what?
Red wine.
As opposed to
you were
petrol.
buying pop. Dude, for the family.
Is this your training for next week, Paul?
Let's have a quick wank over this. Oh no, it's wine. It's wine. Can't wank over that.
Anyway,
I'll still drink it.
Oh,
everyone, don't worry.
Constructicons.
So again, like I think MMC are doing these, Swiss
Yeah,
doing
they're coming
these,
up.
Council's doing these. It's like I know. So again, this taking something from Ian's video, he mentioned about the color scheme on this one.
Like Shaggy.
As well. Yeah, I'll wait. I don't think he's gonna sell out. No Kamaya sells out. So it looks cool, but we'll see,
Swindle,
right? Time will tell.
I'll let you
Say again, sorry?
work that one out. Swindle, he'd sell out.
Yeah,
it's a cerebral joke. He'll get there in the end. Don't worry about it.
He doesn't sell out. He'll act like he sold out, but he still takes more.
Leave it.
Oh,
I feel like I opened a door I shouldn't have then.
There's nothing more funnier when someone adds a joke onto a joke.
It's right up there with explaining the joke.
I've got him.
Isn't that like when you get like a double yoke? Like you're privileged?
Oh, see.
No? Okay.
Oh, it's another Ironhide. Warhorse. Now, do we think this one looks better? Worse?
I think the head sculpt looks better in this one.
I think it looks more to scale. The whole thing, I don't know.
See, it looks better.
Look, hasn't he?
Yeah, the middle.
He doesn't look quite as, dare I say, flabby as the other one does. He looks a bit more like he'd kick your head in.
Yeah.
For looking at his last. Oh, and of course the multiple heads.
They got the IDW head as well at the top. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's quite a scary face, that one.
I like that. Angry face.
And there's the vehicle mode. And of course, where you get an Ironhide, eventually a Ratchet is bound to follow. It's the same thing with Ratchet's head. And then obviously a few different bits when you transfer. Oh, the bros together.
I'm a doctor. I'm a red van.
That's my favorite head sculpt of the lot.
I think Ratchet must be one of the scariest Transformers, especially if he's ever given you a rectum exam and you notice both hands on your shoulders.
Again, it's strange your mind went there, but okay. That's the best looking, coolest looking Ratchet in toy form I think I've ever seen. That actually looks kind of fierce. And I don't particularly like Ratchet, so Anyway, there you go. It's a van again. But
how big does your rectum have to be for Ratchet to be examined?
Let's not go to rectum. That's the discussion. Anyway, moving on. And then you get the battle placement thing again. Hey, MMC, everyone's favorite because they're the best. What? Explain these tapes to me, someone.
All right, Charlie.
These are the
judgy.
Why are we getting these?
Well, because everyone's sorry. Are you a Hasbro loyalist questioning why we're getting a repaint?
No, I'm questioning who they are.
I've got to be honest with you. Since
who are they, Alexis?
Since I've
That's
done
the question I asked.
Show, third party just seems to do the same stuff again and again and again.
I'm sorry.
That is
it's
true.
not like Hasbro to make up. It's not Hasbro to make up new characters.
All right. There you go. All right. Who is it?
Do you know who it is, Alexis? You can say no.
Yeah. It's Harmony.
It's a female cassette one.
No, I can see it says Harmony, but who is that from Transformers history, Alexis?
I'm sorry. Are we looking at this? What was
no,
the
you
blue
don't know.
skirt?
That's fine. Just say you don't know. You don't have to.
She's from IDW, isn't she?
And there's Melody. Kiss Player seems to have been suggested.
Oh, is it Kiss?
And we're all massive fans of Kiss.
Flipside and Roseanne.
Amy's crestfallen face.
He's now thinking, I can't believe I pre-ordered these.
It's the dog. Is that the girl who?
Let's not go there again. This is I have to say, I'll give them credit. The Perfection series. They're certainly confident in themselves, aren't they? Although it does look good. So,
that looks good.
Mm.
Boom. I think Borders dude, another big fan of Hotspot and Defensor.
He's got arms like you, Pete.
This gets you right on your hotspot.
It's all up her arm.
That's a base mode.
Oh dear.
Delts.
Superhero bones. That shall be the cry at Mini Con. Delts. Every time you lift a pint, work those gelts. Anyway, moving on. Head sculpts, as always. Multiple. It does look very good. Perfection? I'm not sure, but it does look very good. All built in as well. And then more perfection in the form of their Constructicons.
I just get bored of seeing these. Like any Constructicon, it's just like.
I think this is the point Jamie was making a little bit about. I know third party have started to really dip their toe into other areas, like the Unicron trilogy. We're getting some of the G1.5 bots, some really good, interesting stuff. But the amount of times it's anything from 84 and 85, it does, as like a mainline person looking at it, that does seem to be mostly what you get is those same characters again a couple of years later. Better, but yeah, just the same thing. And I know Hasbro do that, but Hasbro tend to also chuck in your random bits a bit more as well.
The Hasbro, like the G1 was really good. The Hasbro one was really good. The Combiner Wars one was really good.
Yeah, although Unite Warriors is supposedly better. I'd still like an updated one.
I have.
Of course you do, because it's a Takara release, Jamie.
A Takara.
Jamie's going to Japan, don't you know? Because that's where the Takara fans go, the real fans. Sorry, Jamie. I'm actually going to give you a list of
things. Getting a bit worried because I'm watching that TV series called Shogun just now. She said, "You better not be calling yourself a Shogun when you go there."
I hope you go in traditional dress with a sword.
It's good, Shogun.
I really need to.
Where's the Computrons? Where's the Computrons?
Fuck yeah.
That's that would be. I'd love to see some more of that kind of stuff. And like Alexis said about the Terracons, I think I can only think of one version.
Mix it up a little bit.
Terracons that we've.
No, sorry, I got it wrong. So Unique Toys have done their version. It's TFC that were the ones that. So apologies.
Ruination. Yeah. This is Swindle from Ruination, isn't it? I don't know if the character's still called Swindle in that, but that's the colours from RID.
It is Ruination. The challenge one, though, unfortunately, Andy, it's all sold out.
What, this?
Yeah, Swindle's sold out.
Wow.
Talking about your Ruination.
It's the joke you do.
Oh my god, there's more. Fans hobby. We've already seen this, but it is beautiful.
Oh, Swindle sold out.
Yeah, see?
Have you just heard, Paul?
Those jokes are the ones you explain.
This is totally new information.
It's because no one laughed at it. I just thought you were being sensible.
Moving on.
They've done a good lineup now. They've actually done quite a few, haven't they? Obviously, because they've done four, haven't they? Four of the actual G1.5s, haven't they? So,
we've got 1, 2, 3.
Boss Man, Stalker.
Yeah, Boss Man. Yeah, he counts.
Boss Man, Stalker, and then two of the
3 of the Predators. Not the big Boss Man. He's something different. The Star Saber, isn't it, from Armada? The Saber team, which is all going to come, I assume, with the Armada Prime, or something you can buy alongside.
Would you guys buy this? Because it's like a Micromaster, right? Would you, Jamie? You into this or?
If I was getting the Armada Prime, I would, but I'm not getting that.
I think with a lot of these things, it's once you get it in hand and you see it, someone else with it, then you sort of make a better decision.
It's not as
someone to enable you.
I just don't think it looks really like stealthy, cool. It's a bit rotund. What man's
yeah. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? We all have our preferences in terms of the look. Rotund, rounded.
That's an interesting choice of words there, Paul. Rotund. Bring it back, are you?
I like my curvy bots.
Like big bots. Anyway, Blaster team, alternative mode back view. And that turns into a blaster. So
an ass blaster or just a blaster?
No. Somebody help me out in the chat. What's it called again? It's got a proper name. Anyway, it's there. You can go. You got the shield team. You got the blaster team. You got the saber team. And then this does look quite nice. I'd be more likely to buy this just because the color scheme. It's amazing how often this color scheme makes something look awesome.
Yeah.
But you see, I still think the Hasbro one looks better. The actual design of the bot and everything.
It's a bit flat, the Altman.
I'd like to see them side by side. Gav B, if you're in the chat. Make sure to bring these next time we meet up.
So the interesting if they fix the faults. So this is the Prime that they got issues with because the legs apparently they slide and there's no real the lock-in. So where the legs extend to make the big bot mode like it is there, apparently they don't hold, so it shrinks. Right, and that's the challenge with this specific item from Fans Hobby. None of the other bots do that. So I know Ian's got the
Mini Con
Hasbro version, but their Megatron though is the best one out there, right? It's unfortunate. So it'd be interesting if they actually fix the faults. So.
And then they've got the test shot of the tidal wave that they've got in progress, and there's a couple of photos just of that. And then this wasn't actually from TFCon. Paul, you shared this, didn't you? Which I think we've already seen a little bit of a glimpse from the TFCon photos.
Yeah,
Fans toys again.
Yeah, so this I guess is going to be the Optimus Prime.
OP. Then this is from Dr. Wu, and they're doing a Rise of the Beasts RC from that movie. That's all we've seen so far. Arrowfire shared this with us, which is Transart Toys, Skateboard Gorilla, released in March, Dinobot 2, April, Silverbolt in June, Depth Charge in the second half of the year. If the progress is good, Rampage might be released in 2024. And then TM Megatron and Black Arachnia get reissued with no major change.
That's good. That's good. Because those were very hard to get hold of. Like I remember I had the Skateboard Gorilla original version and the Cheetor. And they were very hard to get hold of originally. Obviously, quick releases. They weren't popular back then. They are popular.
Breaking news. Breaking news. This literally was just before the show as well. So this is Break On, another one of the Kang Toys, Dinos. And there's our good friend Slug/Slag, whatever your preference might be.
They made him a Styracosaurus. That's not a Triceratops. That's a fucking Styracosaurus. Look how many frills he's got.
Write them an email. Right, and that's all, folks. That's the end. We're only 47 minutes in. Woohoo!
It was a special, wasn't it? So we had the Hasbro Pulse reveals plus all those TFCon reveals as well. So a bit longer than normal. But I actually thought, including you, Alexis, we smashed through that quite quickly, considering the amount of content we had to get through. Right, let's go some fucking pickups.
Can I share one more thing, actually? Sorry,
yeah,
before we check up.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Sorry. So I found out on Saturday last week that unfortunately everyone has to go, but Akira Toriyama, who pretty much is Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, he passed away. So I wanted to share this, which if you read Dragon Ball the manga, this was at the end of it. I thought this was a good send off. It was saying thank you and goodbye. So it was just, I thought it was quite sweet because he was a big part of mine and my wife's growing up with the stories that he wrote for us and shared. And he came back in 2013 and gave us Dragon Ball Super and continued the story. And everyone was very hyped for that. And I was even watching some of those episodes today with my boys, actually. So they hold up. And even the animation, I think, from the movies that stood out as well from like 1990, like the original Dragon Ball Z movies, the animation is up there almost with Akira, which is one of the greatest mangas ever. So a sad, but it's good to send them off, Reece. So I thought I'd just share this, Reece. So thank you.
Now I know how much you love Dragon Ball Z as well. My brother was big into it. Just an epic story told. Cool.
A toast.
Right. Yeah, let's do a toast with not red wine.
A pint of water.
You looked like you were just checking. Big gulp. Yep, that's definitely wine.
And I'll be back in a minute. No. I need to go change my hairstyle. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
All right, you go change your nappy. Right, let's do pickup.
Back on.
We now return to the Transformers.
We shouldn't joke about incontinence. It's a real problem for him.
Well, especially if stories came up with fair play to him.
Right, who would like to go first? Shall I go first? I actually got to pick up this week, so I picked up this guy. I don't know, Ratchet,
Thundertron.
His robot mode and the fact that his leg comes off, phenomenal. Really loved him. Thought that was brilliant. His beast mode looks amazing on the box, but in hand it doesn't feel like that, and
it just lacks articulation, but still looks cool. Cool, but yeah,
the bits at the bottom. So in that mode, if you look at him just like that, it looks good. But if you turn his robot mode, his alt mode, slightly to the left, you see all his hands underneath, and
we know how much you love that, Paul.
Fucks me off, mate. It fucks me off loads. I don't understand it.
Laziness.
What's the point?
What's the point in life?
Anyway, he'll be up for sale in the next couple of days. So if you want one for 25 quid, hit me up. He's brilliant.
The box isn't even cold. I don't like it.
I think he was like £35 as well in Smiths. He wasn't cheap. But yeah,
about 33. But
yeah. So £25 if anyone wants him. Good alt mode. Brilliant.
Chuck it on the floor.
Good I'll check it's all there.
Dented box.
Good alt mode. Amazing robot mode. Absolutely spot on. Robot mode was astonishing. And when it's a character you have no affinity with, and it's always they're kind of like already on the lower pegging anyway. But he done well with his robot mode. Everyone's saying that they sold him. I sold mine in less than 24 hours. Charlie's saying I sold my.
It's just Charlie.
I might.
So when you say everyone,
it's the same person posting the same information.
Maybe nobody. Charlie sells most of the stuff he gets, doesn't he? Just buys it and sells it the next day.
Yeah, I do. Cool, but proud I got a Transformer. Who's next? Go on, Andy. Did you get anything this week?
I've got no. I'm holding off. The mini cons coming up, and there's a toy fair tomorrow up in your neck of the woods.
Oh yeah.
I know I've dropped your line about in Rainton, I think it's called.
And do you know where I'm going? I'm going your neck of the woods. Well, near it, towards you. Yeah, I'm going towards Sedgefield.
Just drive past each other and wave.
Yeah, because the kids have got beavers day out. Scouts day out. 6
Hang
hours.
out the window on the A1 and just shout, we'll be in the fast lane. I fight each other.
Your one's better.
Ways to die. So many dumb ways to die.
Eddie Monster with a quiff.
He's Dragon Ball Z'd it.
Oh, there's something about Mary.
I'm going to Super Saiyan. Don't worry. I'm gonna finish with a grand finale. I haven't worked out the third haircut, but the fourth one you will.
Can I get a?
That's as much as I can play without it copywriting us. And I'm not even confident about that.
Who's next?
Very quickly.
Cool.
I got like literally 2 bits. One was Siege Crosshairs because it was stressing me out not having him because I thought if they do Sure Shot, then suddenly I'm going to be missing Crosshairs. And what if I can't get Crosshairs? And it was keeping me awake. And I started to sweat and I got really stressed out. And I just couldn't deal with it.
And
so
people think we lead privileged lives, Pete. They're fucking wrong. They don't know what it's like.
And I got my Toy Hacks delivery. So I got loads of stickers that I'm going to stick on my Transformers.
I love the fact you feel you had to explain that. I'm just keeping him on the sheet.
Mint on sheet.
If you want to buy Toy Hacks, where do you buy your Toy Hacks stickers from, please?
From Toy Hacks themselves.
Okay. So
yeah.
No, it's like eBay or you know.
No. I buy them straight from Toy Hacks. It is very reasonably priced, and there's always a reviewer, Patriot Reviews, who has a 15% off code for Toy Hacks, so it makes them even more reasonably priced. So I'm going to be spending the weekend sticking stickers on my Transformers. That's it.
So like an awesome weekend.
Your t-shirt, where'd you get your t-shirt from? That's really cool.
This is homemade. It's fun.
No way.
Awesome.
Again.
Yeah.
Cool
No,
t-shirt.
I got me Grimlock, no Bozo, me King.
Damn glasses on.
Talking about t-shirts.
I want to see how he said.
T-shirts. Talking about t-shirts, I just sent you a message about the t-shirts you asked about in the group.
Oh, thanks, Roger. Not you, dickhead.
Anyway, right.
Right, done.
Oh, well,
Alexis or Jamie?
Jamie, do you want to go next?
Yep.
Can we share screen?
Yes. So, obviously, I've just started opening the Diacoin base, the cloud base thingy-majig, and yes, and I'm just doing a sort of like a new shot, trying a different style which I normally don't do. I was like smaller sort of scale, using juxting sort of tricks to try to make more depth, and and just having fun, and obviously using some visual effects as well, which I don't tend to do in photos, apart from obviously things like removing dust and changing maybe the color and the light, etc. of the photo. But I've just been having fun with the Diacoin base, which is I think is it Crowd Across, which is its name. The second half, but the two of them combine to form a massive robot. But anyhow, just been having fun, doing something I just don't normally do. And the thing with the trees there is like the trees are different sizes. So I've got the biggest tree at the front, and then I've got smaller trees as you go down, so it starts to create an illusion, but there's even more depth. But actually, I say like the sort of juxting thing in photography, which I've done for like Fortress Maximus before, when I used a different head for the Toy World version. I used the Hasbro head, so to give this illusion that the head's really close up and the figures in the distance. But yeah, it kind of worked quite well. And I added some smoke there to the ground vehicle. I made some sort of tracks there to give the illusion that it was going over the grass. There, the helicopter thing is spinning. There's some movement. I was sort of it's because I see Toybox Soapbox do this stuff, and obviously Shooting the Galaxy started to do some stuff, so I was practicing sort of doing some of that. I didn't want to go overboard, but just added some sort of blast effects there to the sort of jet flying up. But the most important thing was to try to get that sort of idea of depth and not have everything too in focus, too sharp, because if you do, you tend to create a flat image, even when you don't mean to. So although it's good to look at the toy, it kind of spoils the image. So I was trying to do that, and it might have worked. I'm not sure. It works in the big screen sometimes.
That's one of my favourite photos I've seen you do. I think that's the sort of photo I could imagine me, like 10 or 11 years old, looking at a toy catalogue, spending hours just staring at it and thinking about it, and think of what does every flap do, how does it interact and stuff. It's amazing.
I want you to have my photo, babies.
I'm definitely going to buy you a drink, Paul. Not you, Andy. I'm Pete.
I mean, I described it as beautiful in the comments, but yeah, all right, fine. Yeah.
I'm joking. You want to be Andy? Damn you.
I'll kiss your ass on shit. All right, it's fine. Yeah, whatever. He talked about flaps.
Is the shadow real, or do you create that shadow?
Oh, the shadow's definitely real. That I was lucky. What I did is actually subscribed to Photoshop, so I got a week's free subscription, because normally what I do is I have two photos overlay and I put the other images in there, and sometimes what happens is I have to call in the shadows. But because I got Photoshop, I was able to remove the wire without using the two image trick, mostly because I fucked up and I forgot to take an image when the little toys are away. So I only had one image of the wires, and I was like, oh fuck, But Photoshop kind of came to my rescue there and helped me out a good bit.
Cool.
And helped. So that was cool. Also, what I got.
Sorry, can I ask one more question about the photo? Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
So the two guys at the front, are they playing rock, paper, scissors, or what was your thought process behind that? Are they changing the tire, or the two guys at the front?
I was just messing around. Trying to get
in my head.
Going backwards for.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really
to be honest, I thought you would like this one because the ass is sticking out.
Wow, that's
You
nice.
know.
Glutes there.
Oi, thick.
Never skips ass day.
Tell you
You
what,
always have attention to detail. It's really
clap
cool.
goes
It's
all
really
the way
cool.
up on that one. Right.
Right,
Anyway,
I will
because
shut
what I
up
like
now.
about
I will
there
shut up now.
is you go in there and you can see them inside the vehicles as well, which is quite cool. You can see inside there the pilots. You know, you zoom in, you can see him there to the side. In there, the pilots in there.
Just like Power Rangers.
Pilots in there, so it's just quite cool. Fuck off, you and your Power Rangers. But yes, I got some human transformers. I got Mole Rat. I've got two of them. That's like
It's like propaganda now, isn't he? He says it all the time. Like just reinforces it.
Become real.
So these are like zombie GI Cobra Troopers. So I've got two of them. You know, so I don't think I'll take the mask out because zombies do kind of freak me out. I'm not too fond of cannibals. And
scared. So scared.
Cringy Alley Viper. I've got two of these guys. So yeah, that looks quite cool. Quite like the idea of that. That'd be good. That would be good gear to go out in Manchester on the Friday night. You know, a big shield to ram people out the way who might try to mug you.
Hi, people from Manchester.
We just in the
hotel. See you next week.
I mean, me and Lynn was going like that when we went to Manchester last year. Jamie, do you want to go to some of the shops? I went, don't be silly, me, Lynn. It's dangerous out there. It's like, you know, you need bottle caps as currency. But Jodie Sugar Craig, I've got that. I actually don't know this character from G.I. Joe. It's like sometimes I'm buying some characters and I can't actually remember them. But then you read up on them and you go, pretty cool. So it's like fear of missing out. I definitely buy it in that case.
Who's got more characters? Who's got more characters? G.I. Joe or Transformers? Sorry.
Definitely Transformers.
Okay.
Right.
Never asked that question before, so.
Right, Alexis, what did you get this? Is that everything, Jamie?
The only one.
Yes,
over to you.
And thanks again, Paul, for the wonderful, nice comment, and everyone else. Thank you.
Fuck off, Paul.
Yeah. Oh, Paul, I love you.
Alexis, what did you get this week, sir?
I'll go back. Mine's in the box.
What?
So I need to take it out.
No.
I want someone can.
Oh, it's going the wrong way.
We've all been Alexis, for Christ's sake.
Oh, have we?
Yeah. If you're not they're asking questions, you could have been getting it out.
All right. Well, I can say. I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what. Mute yourself. Get it ready. Whip it out, and we'll have a look at it later.
No, I'll tell you what.
I'm not going to make the viewers wait for you to unbox it.
No, just tell you what I've got.
All right, just
tell you what I've got. All right. So.
It's like my 14-year-old.
I'll tell you what I've got, and if you're interested, I'll make the effort to actually take it out of the box. How's that?
All right, cool. Yeah, sounds good.
So I bought. Does anyone remember? Like we talked about the
Ireland. These are sex people.
What do you mean?
This is what you get for not being prepared. You fucking idiot.
Okay, do you remember the dioramas talked about last week? The Fex hobby dioramas. So I bought the Autobot and the Decepticon bases. I bought them. I bought the last Decepticon base in stock as well. So I've got those down there. I bought two of the Autobots and one of the Decepticon because there wasn't two of them. So I bought those. I have no idea what they're like, but I bought them. So if you're interested, I'm going to do a video on them. But if you're interested, that's what I've got basically. I've got that, and I've also got a Weed Whacker 2.0 from Manscaped.
Maybe have a look at them when you work out what the discussion is.
This is for your nose and for your ears. So
cool.
I got 20 minutes.
Moving on.
If you go on to
Lynn, these are sex people.
Lynn,
Lynn, these are sex people.
That's it, Death Battle. If you go on Death Battle.
Lynn, these are sex people.
What do you mean?
They're sex swappers. Lynn, this is DEFCON 1. Look. Don't make the same noise as them. Don't think you want to join in.
You get 20% off.
It's like you think it will put him off. He'll just plow on.
He just pauses himself.
I know.
Okay. Right, full play. So tonight we're doing our favourite 84 robots. So our favourite bot from the 84 series. Now, Alexis, do you want to go first?
No, because he's doing a new hairstyle, so I'll back him there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Who would like to go first?
I'll pay anybody cash if they kick him now.
I can go first.
Thanks, Jamie.
Cash money is on offer. Go on, Jamie.
Yeah.
You've got the power now, Andy.
I know. Oh yeah, we have.
my one is it's always between. I can never remember if it's Thundercracker, Inferno, or Sludge, which was the first Transformer I got. I might have got all three, luckily enough, at Christmas at one point. And Thundercracker was brilliant, especially when I found out how to transform him, because it took me a while to realise, it swings round and goes for this sort of stomach area. Before I used to have this massive cone heat, etc.
I always thought that was ingenious. That the whole swing round thing. Like you say,
when I found it out, I just thought, I discovered
mind
the promised
blowing
land. I felt like Moses must have done when he parted the Red Sea. I went, yes.
I'd love that. Who knew? Come on, everyone!
Going around the scale, showing people, look at this. It's not witchcraft,
religious banter.
It's good, and it's the time when the missiles fired as well, and you can potentially your younger brother or younger sibling might choke to death on them. It always brought excitement to play days when you were sort of messing with your Transformers. And the accessories are good. Obviously, the hands were lost at some point, quickly. So I became a person with no hands, but I didn't care because your imagination gave them hands. The hands were there in spirit, and yeah, and it was just a cool toy, and it's iconic as well. And ironically, it was a Diaclone jet, which was repurposed into a sort of Decepticon jet by Hasbro. So
was it the blue one as well, the original Diaclone? Not the Starscream. They just repainted it, obviously.
Well, yeah, I think that's the case. But I think also was the stats that came out with him were wrong, weren't they? The stats belonged to Starscream.
No, Jamie, I'm not laughing at you.
Or was it Skywarp they belonged to? Yeah.
Skywarp is still my favourite Seeker, beyond all else, just because of those colours. Colours are beautiful. Black and purple.
But yes, this is my iconic Transformer toy. Yes.
Cool.
That's my iconic toy, and that was, the one I would choose.
Why did you like him? Sorry.
No, he's just told us. We're not going through it again.
Yeah. Shut up. I'll come back. Good choice, Jamie.
Rehearsing with
Watch it again tomorrow. You'll see it then.
All right.
Bump the viewing figures up too. Give it a like.
Right. It's just so looks lovely. Andy, do you want to go next?
I do, but I'm mesmerised by Alexis's hair.
Oh, thank you very much.
He looks like a teenage boy that's just woken up.
Sam calls it granny hair.
Had a wank, probably. Right, moving on. Yeah, go on. I'll do a fit or bot, and it had to be Soundwave. So this is the beaten up G1 Soundwave that Liam bought for me as like a birthday present, I think it was, years ago. He bought it off eBay with his own money, and he was very proud of himself. And even he said that he'd opened it up to wrap it for me, and he'd realised it was probably not worth the cash he paid for it. It's very well played with, shall we say, but it is an original 84 Soundwave. So, live transformation. It's very difficult, obviously.
Hard panther.
I'm not even looking at the instructions. I don't even have them. I'm freestyling.
Be looking at that. That is.
I'm not even looking.
I promise I won't come on camera.
Look. Oh, he has got. I will give him credit. Liam didn't realise that was in the back of it. He has got the shoulder cannon. Oh, but look at that.
Nice.
Oh, wait. Yay. Oh. Don't worry about it, Soundwave. When you reach a certain age, I've heard that can happen. Right, there you go. So it's just such an iconic design, and the toy is awesome. I do have my reissue one, but it's Soundwave. One of my endearing memories of originally spelling Transformers was that that picture of Soundwave and Optimus Prime battling above the Earth, which Jamie, you've recreated, haven't you, in photographic form?
No, actually, Owlfire has.
Was that Arrowfly? Sorry, I do apologise,
yeah.
Ian. All credit to you then. And just seeing that brings back so many memories for me. Soundwave is, oh my god, look at that. Soundwave is just. But I keep this. It might be obviously a floppy piece of crap, really, but it's Soundwave, and I love it. So I keep it in the tape deck mode, and then my reissue one gets bot mode.
Andy, do you think that Soundwave is trying to evolve and become a floppy disk?
I don't. Do you know a floppy disk wouldn't really be evolving because they were around at the time?
No, I know, but it's the
joke because
you get a 7 for it.
Oh, sorry,
that's the 7. That's the 7. That's the 7.
Really, you're very easily impressed, Pete.
It's because he's charitable. Always here. Yeah,
he's very impressed.
Why do you have to be like that?
Soundwave. If anybody says anything different, you're wrong. Soundwave. Thank you. Oh god, I've broken it.
Right, cool.
Oh no!
It's fine. Not the armor go off. It's fine.
All right, Avril Lavigne, do you want to go next then? What did you get?
I was gonna say the same thing as Andy. I had Soundwave as my G1. I've got my
Instead, why don't you tell us why you became a lesbian?
So if I go 84, no 84. Oh, is they all going to do OP?
Have you ever wondered why everything's so complicated?
You've chosen Soundwave. That's your choice.
Isn't it ironic that he was a skater boy before?
So tell us about Soundwave.
Fuck you guys. If you want Fabio, I'm under the bridge.
You sound like Carmen. Fuck you guys. I'm going home.
I'll be with you. No, genuinely, I chose Soundwave as well. So
yeah,
that was.
He is iconic, isn't he, Alexis? That's the thing. It's such an incredible design.
I think
when it first came out.
No, so I got Soundwave as in early 2000s. I got original 84 Soundwave, but I got early 2000s. So I got a boxed one, which is in my loft, not my mum's loft. So it's my loft for a change. So still there. So, but yeah, when I got him in the original, I was like, he stands up today, right? As you said, he's the iconic toy, right? Because he just molds so well. It's hard to fuck it up, right? Yeah. It's hard to fuck up Soundwave. So, I'll tell you what I'll do. I do actually have my my KO version of the MP version, which so the reason it's a KO is I paid £10 for this. Cool. And I wanted one for alt mode, so it doesn't it transforms. I'll probably break it, but it does have the that's his shotgun at the back, and it has room for his blaster there, and it does have room for if you want Ravage as well. So, but it's even got the on the side. It's got the that moves as well, and again on the other side the volume control. So it's got that as well. So
he did.
So it's really cool. So again, my choice again to echo Senior Ride is Soundwave.
Right on.
Sweet. Cool. I'll go next. So I went for an obvious choice. I only had one 84 bot ever, and I think my dad bought it for him. I must have been, I would have been 2 or 3, so he probably bought it in 85 or 86. It must be a little bit later down the line, but it was the OG, the OP, Optimus Prime, the
OG.
Yeah, the original. And oh god, just the colours, that dark blue just resonates me like for years, and I loved him, absolutely loved him. And it's funny because I didn't really feel a massive affection to the rest of the original bots because I kind of got into more of the Hot Rod and the film bots, and they probably to me have a more important place in my heart.
86. You think that's because of our age, though, Paul?
I think it is.
You know, you're hitting a certain age where actually you really started to take notice of which toys you liked.
Yeah, I liked the show. I liked the morning cartoons on Wackaday, but I was still getting into it. And it was really the movie. I was probably a little bit older, a bit more able to take it in. It really resonated with me. But this guy was with me from the start, and he obviously, spoiler, he dies in it. But he was almost like this father figure and stuff, and it's an amazing character that I loved the whole way from having it as a baby as such. Like would have been so tiny.
I forgot as well.
Considerably younger than a lot of the people on the show.
So it begins.
The shot you showed there, Paul.
Arrowfire's the one. I'm the youngest. Yes.
The shot you showed of Roller there when he was obviously you push the button, it shot out, didn't it? It pushed the button. That's one there.
Yeah, the launcher.
And it didn't your head did like I was like I did like Sideswipe Bisto, but I used to watch him on the cartoon and think he was amazing, him and Sunstreaker, but I never had him as a kid. Only
an 84 bot.
When I was older. I think he's on the list that Andy sent me. But yeah, also like things as I got older, and I remember opening up Sludge's front. I was like, "There's little characters like the little gold men could fit inside there from Zoids." I thought, but they could fit in here as well. And you look at this bit, like the bit which folds up, and I was like, "There's something more to this." You never find out for another 15 years or 20 years until the internet was made. You're like, "Oh, it was Diaclone." They actually did have
the eye.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah. So
my mate Matt and his older brother Si. They had Sunstreaker and Sideswipe. They each had one, so they had the brothers, and they were brothers. And I always thought that was kind of cool. So they weren't really interested in Transformers. I had so many mates who weren't that bothered and had good Transformers. I could just go and play with them. Yeah, you do whatever you're doing, lads. I'm messing around with this. But then Matt Halliday, he also got into She-Ra. So swings around.
I had mates like that. One had the vibrator, one had the batteries, but different. Yeah.
Cool.
See, now that one is just too much of a stretch, isn't it?
Yeah.
So many of them are.
I'm
go on.
I'm copying the laird of the show. We're going with the Seeker mold. This isn't my original Starscream. It was the reissue that they'd done in early 2000s. But I remember Starscream is the first Transformer I remember having, and the rubber cone had teeth marks from where the dog had got hold of it. It lost a wing. I didn't have the fist, but it was always my Starscream. And it's just such a cool mode. And I think even though this isn't the original one, you do look at it in the display and just go, it just brings back a nice memory. And it was actually my older brothers, who then laughed when I told him I still collect Transformers. So the joke's on you. Yeah.
You don't need people like that in your life, Pete.
No, I cut him. Haven't spoken to him in years. So yeah, the Seeker mold.
If you're joking or not, so
I hope he isn't.
Suddenly got really awkward.
How do you display it, Pete? Do you have it in robot mode like you did there?
I have it in robot mode.
Okay.
God,
we're finishing in 2 hours, right?
Pete, it's a bit violent tonight. Pete talking about cutting things, Andy talking about choking women. It's like, whoa.
I never said anything about choking.
Yeah.
Go back and watch
it. Not cutting people.
It's all in your head.
Hey, what was that TV show in the early noughties?
No, come on, the speed one. So that was the 84. Armada. That was our 84 robots. Next week, guess what? We're going to do our top 5 85 robots.
Not next week.
Next week. We're
week
going to
after.
Yeah.
We got what? What's next week?
I can do it. I can do it next week.
I'm really confused.
Pete, on his own.
You're not Friday crew, are you, Pete? No, you're not.
The 85 bots. No, I'm not a sheep. All right. I don't need to go where everyone else goes, do I?
I mean, you want to really exciting.
Yes, I do want to go. I'm gutted.
Next week, Ultra Marcus is of course TF Mini Con, which we're going to talk about in literally not long at all.
I thought are we not going to get Ian to do the show next week? Just with whoever he wants.
He said he will, yeah.
Yeah, might as well get into it.
With me.
Ian's doing a stream.
Pete and Ian.
He's not doing a show.
Yeah,
that's fine. You guys can do it.
When two become one.
Cool.
All right.
Right.
Mate.
So I can't play the socials music because it gets copyright triggered, and I haven't had a chance to do it.
Should we sing it?
Are we doing socials on tonight, Jamie, or is it next week?
Yeah. I've got socials on.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll play some sort of trailer for it.
You don't need pants for the victory dance, because Baboon's better than Weasel. IR Baboon, big star cartoon.
I am Weasel.
I am Weasel. Like that shit.
Can't do
basically the same thing. Basically the same thing.
I am Weasel.
Yes, we all heard it, Alexis.
Sorry. I'll do it in my head next time.
Slam into the ride when you're having a good time.
You don't do anything else in your head.
It really is
it's
like
all
when
about-
you show something cool in a classroom to a class of primary school
car.
kids, and they just can't stop repeating it because they found it funny. That's Alexis. Whistle. Shut up, Alexis.
Okay.
Right,
to
Baboon.
Boom.
Yes. So basically, a lot of the news on Twitter and Facebook is, and Instagram, and TikTok, which is probably going to be banned soon. It's all talking about Omega Prime being fully funded, and it had a jump and it had a surge at the end as well, which I think always annoys people when they want to hit these tiers quicker. That a lot of people wait to the last moment before jumping in, but it could be a lot of reasons for that. They're not decided, or just financial. Because when these things come in, it's always just a bit over a month. Not everyone's always got the money to drop in these things, and real life comes up. Your car gets damaged, etc. Some of these.
Is
things
it closed
can
now?
happen.
Is it closed now as well?
Yes.
Like, can you?
Yes,
it's finished now.
Yes, it's completely ended.
Yeah.
So it's fully funded, completely ended, and everyone's happy who's funded it. So well done to them. Not been any surprise tiers yet, but you never know, they might be in a couple of weeks in an email, so keep watching. Ultra Marcus is involved in some really cool voice acting for evil Optimus Prime attacks, Transformer Shattered Glass Rise. So that's something to check out on YouTube if you want. Always recommended to look at some fan produced stuff. It's always good.
If you ever
That's because the fandom keeps these things alive, and I think you should watch it. Then, obviously, there was the big news of Hound being absolutely amazing, and my Madonna moment is basically seeing Hound. I'm looking forward to getting them on Saturday, getting the Sunstreaker and stuff like that. So I've been looking at Spider Power stuff, and it's been making me really get quite excited. And then obviously he's also got Blaster, which I hopefully should be getting tomorrow as well. So doubly excited for that. Plastic Crack doing some good pictures there of Bumblebee. It's not Blitzwing, it's right there in front of me. But yes, I kept looking at it. I wanted to say Starscream just because of the colours again, but I was thinking it's Blitzwing, it's a trap. But yes, always good there to see some nice photography. Crimson there. Crimson's he's got about 3,000 followers on Twitter. Always quite a good account because he gives a myriad of different viewpoints about Transformers, and it's quite cool. It's quite funny, I think, sometimes. And he was just there, talking about it later. Sick of the pre-tools, repaints, retools, etc. Just give her own, mold. Then it was, I think this was Andy who actually shared this. He did one of his quotes. No, I think shared it. And
I shared it. Yeah.
That's a great shot. It's a great shot.
Didn't need any words because it's a beautiful shot and a very clever post.
And it's funny because you miss so much in social media because you just don't have the time to click through it all the time. And yeah, this is a wonderful photo. So yeah, I was pleased to see that. Skywalk there. Again, I mean, it's quite good when you got a lot of Transformer collectors who do take a range of different Transformer toys, which you don't normally. I wouldn't collect myself, so I enjoy getting to see that stuff. I mean, I like Spider Father because he's always focused on Chug stuff. If you ever went to third party, I'd probably have a breakdown and say you were the chosen one. Why have you done this? But yeah, so yeah, that was this. What I saw in social media this week. Been quite busy work, so I haven't been on the good old Twitter and Instagram too much. But yes, I haven't checked out the Ultra Magnus thing. I think I only saw that today.
It's awesome.
Thanks to Owlfire. So yeah, so Owlfire was really plugging this. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having a look at this.
It's worth watching. It's brilliantly done. Absolutely. And Ultra Marcus does an incredible job with the voiceover. Absolutely brilliant.
If anyone hasn't followed or isn't seen Ultra Marcus's stop motion, it's really, really cool. So check out Ultra Marcus's channel. It is what it is, as you said, like Ultra Marcus. Go check him out. He's really good. Very talented.
The man is a stop motion.
I like that comment. What I saw on Twitter.
He is Welsh. You've got to remember that,
We love the Welsh. Remember, Jamie? We love all peoples.
Rugby,
Jamie, I say, Jamie, you've got something in common then because you both beat England in the Six Nations this year, so you can both fuck off. But we beat Ireland last week, so you can fuck off as well.
Oh, egg chasing. Right, what's next? Nope, you're muted, Paul.
Ah, Paul.
I feel like I say that a lot.
No robot this week, Paul.
What were you saying?
No, I was just taking a picture of Ian, but I'll post it later. So right, we're moving on to it's time for. But
I changed my hair. I didn't change my hairstyle again. Then
Just go and do it. You don't have to announce it every time. Just go.
Back in a second.
Discussion time coming up in a second.
I'm just going to say I'm looking forward to Alexis doing the timings for the show next week when he says socials was 20 minutes
Fuck off.
long. Maybe
Fuck off.
It was 6 days and 5 hours.
To be fair, he needs to learn how to count first. But anyway, here we go.
Right, let's go straight into Toy Tales. This week is a fucking special one.
It's a magical place, we're on our way there. With toys in the millions all under one roof. It's called Toys R Us. Soon after bedtime, when dark nighttime falls, Jeffrey and helpers stock up all the shelves. From ceiling to floor, books, board games and bikes, teddies, puppets and dolls, beds, spaceships and trikes. There's millions, says Jeffrey, all under one roof. It's called Toys R Us, Toys R Us, Toys R Us.
It's the big one tonight.
I
It's He-Man.
I just love that song.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it influenced the intro somewhat. Right. So, do you want to kick us off, Andy? Because you've been really looking forward to doing this for the last couple of weeks, and it's kind of a bit. It feels a second stage to Transformers the show. It'd be bloody the amount of times we get asked to do He-Man the show.
Yeah, well, the thing is, people know who watch regularly that some members of the show were quite big fans of certainly the modern Master of the Universe stuff, but also, of course, where it began. But the thing is, I realised this when I was researching this, that I think because I was so young, I didn't realise that obviously the toy line started originally for He-Man in 1982. I'd have been 3. So I don't really remember it from that point. So it's quite fun just doing a bit of research. So we're just going to concentrate on the original Master of the Universe line, just the first couple of years, because there's a lot of stuff to it. And also, we said we were going to finish up in 2 hours, and that's looking increasingly unlikely. So do you want to, I don't know, do you want me to start off and then part of the way through we'll maybe watch a little video, Paul, or do you want, how do you want to play this?
I'll kick off with a video, do a little bit of an update, and then we'll, I've got about 3-4 videos to play. And we'll go through it that way. So if we start off with, obviously, there's only one place you can start off with. This play.
And the Masters of the Universe. I am Adam, Prince of Eternia and defender of the secrets of Castle Grayskull. This is Cringer, my fearless friend. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said, "By the power of Grayskull, Cringer became the mighty Battle Cat, and I became He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. Only 3 others share this secret. Our friends, the Sorceress, Man-at-Arms, and Orko. Together, we defend Castle Grayskull from the evil forces of Skeletor.
For fuck's sake.
Anyway, thanks for watching.
Oh my god.
Tell me you're on a register without telling me you're on a register.
Have you seen those Facebook videos where they trap people and they go up?
Oh my god, I've just realised what you're talking about.
What's wrong? What's wrong? Do you not like it? I thought
Right. Okay, I'm going to crack on because I can't keep looking at that. Right. So we'll start off with the animated series because that started actually in 1983. If you look, I'll talk about some of the things you can kind of research on this if you want to find out a bit more. But basically, the animated series came out of the fact that they wanted something to promote the show. And as most of us know, back in the 80s, there was a relaxation on the laws regarding what could be shown in kids' television. So basically, you could have TV shows that were one big advert for toys, which you couldn't have before. So that's kind of where He-Man came from, the cartoon series. So it started in 1983. Well, I didn't realize. I thought it lasted for years and years. It only ran from 83 to 85. And there was 2 series of 65 episodes each. And that's it, which is a lot of episodes, obviously. But that was basically it. And because it went to syndication and then was repeated a lot worldwide, that's why it felt like it was around for a very, very long time. If you could just share what's...
Oh, yeah.
I've shared... Thank you very much. So yeah, that was the original cartoon series. Some of the line up there that we kind of grew up with. If you did grow up in the 80s and you used to watch this, it was regularly on TV and it was huge for a good couple of years. It was done by Filmation, and each episode always ended with like a moral. There was always had to be a moral to it because they got a lot of criticism that it was just a toy advert. So they put in these little moral tales that you got from the episode, which were complete nonsense, really. But it was to get around that criticism.
It's fucking hilarious.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Everyone laughing. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the animation itself, like they used, is it called Rota something? And it was an old cheat that Disney used to use for their cartoon movies many years ago. And they use it. So they'd film actors and they'd have all these lines drawn on them. And then the animators would use the film to be able to animate them moving around. So they'd literally have a bloke dressed up and he'd run in, look both ways, and then run off again. And that's what they used for some of the scenes. And those were repeated throughout the show.
That's pretty cool.
It was a very clever cheat, but a very good one. Shuki Levy and Haim Saban did the iconic theme tune that has survived. You know, it's still loved all the way up to today. And it was hugely popular. I mean, this was massive in the early 80s. It became probably the biggest boys' toy in the world. And you'd had Star Wars before and everything. And this was just ridiculous. The toy line started in 1982. And what was really cool about the toy line, of course, is that it included things like the mini comics. So the mini comics were another thing. If you watch the documentaries on Master of the Universe, the mini comics were because they went to sell these things to the retailers, the toys, and the retailers were like, well, you know, Star Wars has a film, what have you got? And they literally on the spot, one of the executives just made up, oh yeah, nobody told you we're going to do these comics. And so they were giving away the comics. And later at another meeting, somebody said, well, the comics are all good and well, but the kids who will be buying this might be too young to be able to read it. At which point they said, oh, well, we're going to do a TV series. We're doing a cartoon. And that's how this all came about, where we ended up with this kind of 3-pronged attack that Master of the Universe started. And then we saw lots of toy lines copy. The original, like, kind of starting lineup is just brilliant. Anybody have a favorite character? Anybody remember a favorite? I know some of you are a little bit younger than, say, myself, Grandpa Pete, and Jamie. But anybody?
Battle Cat would have to.
Yeah,
I always thought Battle Cat was cool. But I found Merman quite funny, and Skeletor was hilarious. He was just
Trapdoor. I love Trapdoor. Is it Trapdoor? Trapjaw.
Trapdoor was different. Trapdoor, yeah. The funny thing about Skeletor is when you watch the like really early first episodes, he doesn't play for laughs. And then the oh god, what was his name? The man who the actor who voiced
Oppenheimer, Alan Oppenheimer.
Is it Oppenheimer? Yeah, it is. Because it's like the film. And he actually started playing like doing certain lines for laughs, and people loved it. And it's just it's just so iconic.
One thing I like about He-Man is when you look at the writing, it was very much like comics of Flash and Superman in the sense that he didn't tell everyone his secret body identity. When you look at modern shows trying to do the equivalent, the writers are so lazy, the hero ends up telling everyone to the point where like 50 people seem to know by the end of season 2 what their secret identity is. And I like the fact that He-Man tried to keep it secret, even at his own expense.
Yeah, I mean, there was only it was the Sorceress, obviously, Battle Cat, Cringer, obviously new. And it was Man at Arms, wasn't it? Were the only ones, and then I think at some point his mum and Orko found out as well, so they were supposed to be on it, and that was it. And
I think his mum always knew she was a clever sod. She wasn't
she supposed to be from Earth as well?
Yeah,
which was touched on in the recent cartoon series as well.
Yeah,
and of course the iconic "I Have the Power," which when they came up with it, I mean, if you watch some of the documentary series, they're both hilarious. There's the one on Netflix, The Toys That Made Us. That's really funny, but really informative as well. It's the way he came up with things like He-Man as the name of the product, which when you think about it, it kind of sounds daft, but actually it just worked for it. It just made sense. And if you want to go really far back, you talk about Conan the Barbarian, because Mattel had originally signed up to do toys for Conan the Barbarian, then found out, of course, that Conan the Barbarian was an R-rated movie and said, we can't do toys for kids for an R-rated movie. Then a couple of years later, created He-Man and got sued by the people who owned Conan the Barbarian because they said they ripped it off.
Didn't Conan as well have also a cartoon in the 90s, which also had Snake Men as well?
I think they created one eventually because they wanted that franchise. They wanted toys and things. But at the time, Mattel were like, no, we can't do this.
There was a lot of Barbarian cartoons at that time, like Fun There as well and stuff like that.
Yeah, there was the dipping into the fantasy and science fiction thing, which was just huge. And again, that relaxing of the cartoon laws that meant you could just basically make 25-minute adverts.
Amazing, wasn't it?
Exactly.
To your point, Jamie, as well about the superhero that doesn't reveal his identity, that takes the pain. The only one that I remember modernly who does that is the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, who did it painfully. Obviously, he suffered, didn't he?
Yeah. It's a time for an advert, a He-Man advert.
Yeah, let's play another advert.
Yeah.
He-Man meets Claw with his awesome grip of evil.
Fisto, Battle Armor He-Man, Clawful, and Battle Armor Skeletor each sold separately.
You asked for it, Clawful. Meet Fisto with his super smash power. We'll see who smashes who. May the mightiest power prevail.
Fisto and Clawful figures new from the Masters of the Universe collection, each sold separately. Other action figures also sold separately. From Mattel.
I love how the kids have got the same haircut as He-Man in that advert.
Like me.
I thought you were going to say as Alexis.
A little story from when I was there, when I was a kid. I remember going to a toy shop and I was staying around a girl's house called Kerry Nixon's, and my mum, like, no, not staying around, just going around for tea. I was like 6 or something, or 7, and Kerry Nixon, her mum said, "Oh, we'll go to the toy shop and you choose a toy." I was like, "Oh, this is amazing!" Like, so they took us to the toy shop, and straight away, like, they took us down. I can't remember what toy shop it was, and I was like, "Oh," she said, "I'll choose a toy," and I was looking, and I could see some Transformers. I was like, I want them. I want that one. I want that one. Get me
that one.
But I didn't realize they were quite expensive. And she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, you can't afford that. But do you want to choose one of these?" And it was He-Man. It was the claw guy. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll have him." Like, she's like, "I'll choose from there." And Kerry Nixon cried the whole night.
What a jolly story.
With the embarrassment. So, Kerry, if you're watching,
not just because you were there.
She cried that her mum wouldn't buy me a Transformer.
Oh, bless her.
Okay. Right. Genuine question, right?
Everyone's a genuine question.
Who had the most uncomfortable piss? Clawful, Trapjaw, or Fisto?
That's a genuine question.
Yeah. Who can
He's genuinely interested, is what he means. He thinks about this at night.
So if I shake,
moving on.
I shake it, and you're right.
I said, move it on. Right,
keep going.
Right. So the toy line was fantastic. So the Wave 1 toys were the ones you'd expect. So you had He-Man, Man-at-Arms, Stratos, Teela, Beastman, Merman, Skeletor, and Zodak. But you also had Battlecat and Screech, which is that what you were talking about, Jamie? The bird that we were talking about? Comparison.
That's the one I've got.
You also had the vehicles, you had the Battle Ram, and you had the Wind Raider, and then you had, of course, the iconic Castle Grayskull. Which you can now pick up on a reissue very cheap from Game usually. And in Wave 2, we got characters like Manny Faces, Ram Man, Evelyn, Faker, Trapjaw, Triclops, and then we got Zor, which is the other version of like the Screech or whatever it's called.
So I've got Screech.
Panther.
I've got Screech at home.
That's what I've got. I keep forgetting to. Yeah, there's the reissue Battle Cat.
Can I ask a question, Andy? I don't know if you'll know if this is going to, if it's going to come up later. Just ignore it. Why did the LA Man-at-Arm toys not have a moustache?
I don't know that, because I don't know if it was just that the molds they used. The one thing we should mention about the toys was, of course, as you all guys, most of you will know anyway, most of the toys were all based off exactly the same mold. They just changed the head and the accessories that were on it, which is a genius way of saving money. There were obviously running changes that they've done to make it more show accurate. It might be they were working off an earlier design for Man at Arms.
Jamie, I know the answer to that question actually, because originally when Man at Arms started his process, he wasn't growing a mustache, and when they released the toy,
kick you from the show forever.
When,
by the way,
when they released the toy, obviously it was 4 weeks later. It was 4 weeks later, and that's how long it took mustache.
Well, he's had a good run anyway. So so he had these, and the toy line did carry on for years afterwards, but unfortunately, after the first couple of years, when they really hit a peak and they were the biggest selling toy, certainly in America and most of the world, we then ended up with the toy line starting to wane. Now, some people have linked that to She-Ra, and that the She-Ra toy line and cartoon had a negative effect on a lot of the boys who were buying the toys, who didn't like it. I don't know, but I just didn't think the She-Ra cartoon was as good. One of the things they did to the She-Ra cartoon was if you watch the documentaries, they actually told the creators of the She-Ra cartoon she wasn't allowed to basically fight. A girl wouldn't be violent. So when you watch it, I just always found it a bit.
She kicked a lot of people, though.
I know, but she couldn't fight. What's the point of having a sword? She doesn't really use it to fight ever. You have to watch it back to see all this. Anyway,
that's carrots.
The toys were frigging awesome. The artwork was a massive selling point. That's a different thing. That's a different She-Ra. You've downloaded the wrong She-Ra there. Oh, maybe the right one. But yeah, the toys were just absolutely amazing. So Battle Cat, the artwork really sold these things, and seeing the actual product shots and things you got on the back of the boxes just brings back a lot of memories.
Yeah.
And I do think Mattel have done a brilliant job with the modern Origins line of recreating this and giving the toys better articulation, which is what we want. And look at that. I mean, just the artwork. You'd have that as a poster on your wall. Yeah. In fact, stick it on the ceiling above your bed, above your marital bed.
How can you not get a tightening of the pants looking at that?
Just amazing.
Because I like women, Pete, and that's just a side of me. I know it's a hard thing, but you know,
we know, Jamie. We know.
I like women. I'm sorry.
You
guys.
say it every week. You almost say it too much.
Yeah, it's like you're trying to convince
the man does protest.
Man does protest.
And I will point out, because the cartoon only ran from 83 to 85, a lot of the characters that we think of as iconic were never featured in the cartoon. Like, for example, one of my personal favorites, which is Scareglow.
Oh, yeah.
He is down here in the bottom corner.
It's one of the rarest ones, isn't he, to pick up?
Yeah.
He wasn't in the cartoon. Wow.
Never featured in the cartoon.
Was that because he's naked?
No, because the cartoon had finished.
Or not.
They obviously. Oh, if you are interested in He-Man and Master Universe, you didn't really know about it. This is part of the reason why I've enjoyed Master of the Universe, is because I didn't really know all the history and lore behind it, and there's so much cool stuff you can find out about it. There's a really good book, He-Man and the Master of the Universe Character Guide and World Compendium. It's on Amazon. It's about 35 quid, I think, at the moment. It's a hardback book, and it's just got all the toys from the original lines, including She-Ra, and it's just fantastic. The mini comics, you can pick them up. They've redone some of the mini comics for the new Origins figures, which is great, just to get that little bit of a nostalgia hit for those of you who grew up with them. Again, we've talked about how Transformers and the little Transformers books were ways of helping us to learn to read, like the comic books as well. Got you interested in reading, and these did the same thing.
Elliot, what's that?
And then you can get a collection of all of them from the original 80s ones, the mini comic collection, which you can then buy. And there's a shot of all the toys from those first couple of waves. Just looking.
Makes you want to go and buy them, doesn't it?
It really does.
I need them. I need them in my life.
Here's the vintage ones. There's, I think you were talking about it, Jamie, the Man at Arms, no mustache, original Merman, one of my favorites.
Rubber Heads, how they did that. I think that was quite cool.
We done Thundercats 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Go back and watch it, Ultramarcus.
Ultramarcus hasn't watched the previous episode. So.
And anyway, there's the originals.
List.
Oh, it was gone tiny for reasons. My personal favorite is Starscream. Now, Skeletor rather. And then the thing is, we got obviously the She-Ra toys, and don't get me wrong, I've said already I didn't particularly like the She-Ra cartoon, but some of the toys, especially the bad guys, were fantastic. And they are considered part of the Master of the Universe line from the 80s as well. And there's that thing with the Dragon Walker, which was always a bizarre.
I'm glad I don't like He-Man too much, because I would end up collecting them.
Oh, mate, there's so much.
I'd be working under the same bridge Alexis works most Friday nights. I'd be like,
there's reveals every week if you watch the channels. Absolutely every week. But we already seen that picture earlier on.
It kind of reminds me of Flash Gordon, though. You know, a sort of Flash Gordon on steroids.
Yeah, a little bit. We've talked about the cartoon. I'll let you all caption that photo yourselves. Come up with your own. Put the best ones in the comments, and Alexis will send you one with masterpiece bots.
That answers your question, Pete. He might take Ratchet.
Oh, if Alexis comes back with that haircut, I will give him credit. Right, and then I will recommend this as well. If you haven't seen it, I believe it's still free to watch if you've got Prime Video. Power of Grayskull. It's a documentary film, about an hour and a half long. It is brilliant, and you can get it on DVD off Amazon for about $5. And it's fantastic. It really is worth watching. It's just fun and informative, and yeah, you get to hear from all the creators and find out about all the shenanigans that were going on. It's just brilliant.
Wally t-shirt.
So, for those wondering about the movie itself is like its own separate entity. I think we could do another 30 minutes just on that. So I haven't included in this, but. Yeah, we'll do that.
Is amazing.
Yes, the live action movie, because there also was a TV movie that included She-Ra, but yeah, we're not doing that one.
A lot of people say the live action movie can work with the cartoon series, and a lot, I think Toy Box Soapbox claims that as well. So.
Again, in that documentary film, if you watch it, they talk all about that, and there's Frank Langella in it, who his performance as Skeletor is just
amazing.
It lifts that film from being not very good to actually being fucking epic.
One of the biggest sets it was ever built. Could I just share something quickly?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So She-Ra's sword is the thing that did all the power, wasn't it? Because she didn't fire, she said before.
Just to say, but Transformers the show, the Twitter account, we hit over 1,400 followers.
Wow.
So that's quite cool. We've been slowly building up, and a lot of that's down to a lot of support from Alfire, Pete, and Andy. Not in any order, because I think Andy, Pete, and Alfire not only support Transformers the show, but so many other people in the community out there always retweeting their stuff. So a big thank you to these guys, and obviously everyone else who makes wonderful, nice comments. So many to mention. There really is. There's lots of them. Out there who I'll be hopefully seeing at TFN Mini Con and TF Nation later. So yes, thank you guys for that.
That's great news. I'm going to round up the end of He-Man. There's some stuff I want to touch on. First of all, like the rarest things, also like one of the rarest things, the most expensive things, definitely. If you get this, now this is in Spanish. It's the only advert I could find because I don't think they've done any UK ones. But it's the Eternia.
Imagine Eternia. Imagine the gate of fangs. Eternia. Batteries not included. Imagine the soaring sky tracks. Figures sold separately.
Batteries not included.
Justice. Eternia. Imagine the power lift to the control chamber. At last, from the Masters of the Universe, the world you've always imagined can be yours.
I guess not the money.
Now that goes for a pretty penny nowadays. If you've got one of them.
There's a modern version now. They've done a version direct through Mattel, and the people are selling on extra copies they've bought for about £800-900. So it's like their version of Unicron.
and he's right. Like my haircut, there's a modern version.
Yeah.
The OG is like $1,000, maybe 1,500. It is mental.
There was a box once on the high-end toy site once. I can't remember what it went for, but it was just insane seeing it. And it's one of those ones which I remember He-Man. I remember everything coming out. I can never remember that. I never saw that come out, and it must have come out right at the end or towards the end. But the other thing was, now this came out. My brother had this. Now this goes for about £600 to £700. Now I'll just play a couple of seconds of the intro of this.
My name is Adam of Grayskull. When good is threatened by the power of Eternia, I have power!
So they introduced shit He-Man in the 90s.
I like that. I like that, man.
But Jamie, I actually did. My brother bought a load of the toys, and I actually really did like it. Now, this toy in particular, my brother got. It goes for a fucking bucket load now, and it was such an amazing toy. If you've owned this, you will know how fucking big this is. The tubes, which you'll see on the side of this Eternial spaceship, were big enough that I could put them over my arms as a kid.
La Starship Eternia adopta múltiples formas. Es la supernave de He-Man.
¡Nave patrulla despegue!
Pero el peligro acecha.
¡Ahora!
Earthquake acciona su maza.
¡Quieto!
Es Incisor.
¡SOS! ¡Aterrizaje!
Nuevos He-Man de Mattel.
That's the one I couldn't find in English.
Never seen that before.
But it was amazing, absolutely amazing.
You had that as well, did you?
My brother had it as a kid. Now, when you think of how big Unicron is, it was that size. It was like a HasLab, but for like the early 90s.
Do you know
can I quickly say what?
Just watching. Oh, sorry, Alexis.
I was sorry. One thing I loved when I was as a child He-Man was Snake Mountain. That you could take the one of the heads off of the mountain and you could talk in it, and it distorted your voice. I thought that was, and my kids still have that today. They still use that as well, like the voice amplifier. I thought that's a really cool technique, and like you don't get that today as well. Like, so sorry, Jamie, go on.
Yeah, I quite liked the space He-Man. I was really excited for that because I used to watch that with my family, other siblings and stuff, and we'd be at my grand's, and my gran would, make a nice breakfast and stuff. And I used to remember watching that the space He-Man. I was a lot older then, but I just loved it. I've got a lot of memories of that cartoon.
Just like literally patted his hair together and then took off his. It's like no effort.
It reminds me of do you remember the Adventures of the Spider-Man?
Better body positive image.
When Spider-Man went into space.
Hour and 50 minutes in.
It's not Spider-Man. It's not Spider-Man.
No, but it's similar. No, it flopped as well. Let's move on.
Right. Final bit, which is discussion.
We now return to the Transformers.
Back in there, I changed my hairstyle again.
Okay, go. 6 days until TFN Mini Con starts in Manchester. I am so fucking excited about seeing your faces, everyone else's faces, looking at some Transformers, buying some Transformers, having some beers, staying some shit hotels. It's going to be awesome.
Expensive shit hotels.
Expensive shit hotels for the win. That's not the one which is. I'm not staying where I'm.
Oh crap! No, you're not, are you?
I'm staying at the Apollo with. I think is it. No, where am I staying? I don't know.
Why did you pick that hotel?
Because I thought I was staying with the same hotel.
What first attracted you to the hotel where people shit in kettles?
I was joking. When I sent that image, I sent some TripAdvisor reviews because I'm staying in the same hotel as Alexis. And what I've done is I grabbed a load of fake TripAdvisor hotels reviews.
Oh, they weren't real? Oh, I was only staying with you because I thought someone really shut in the kettle.
No,
isn't Alexis staying in your room?
Yeah, but we can change that, Alexis.
Right,
we can do that first.
Anyway, next to my room.
It feels like a million
That's
years.
Also his toilet.
So I think this is the biggest distance we go, like in terms of conventions, like going from TFN in August all the way up to the Mini Con in March. Is like the longest time that we have to go. Proper first world problem. The longest we have to go without a convention is like 6 months. And we're like getting like, can't wait to see you guys. But anyway, that will be
going to a
next week.
Third world town.
Yeah,
we're going to Manchester.
Hi, people from Manchester.
No, they can't understand you.
epic levels of excitement.
Talk about it once I go to Tory.
Andy, he said Manchester, not Newcastle.
Looking forward to seeing you as well.
Another classic. Well done, Alexis.
And so many other people as well. It's just
yeah, that's going to be the best thing. Is
Greg's going there. Is Greg going there? Do you guys know?
Which Greg?
Yeah, Greg's going.
He's always making comments on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, he is, isn't he? I'm sure he is.
Yeah.
I know Sam isn't. Sam's not going to be there.
No, we've got
He'll
one or
be
two
for
can't make it.
TFN Con. Yeah.
If you're going in the chat, then make sure you tell us.
Yeah, just say now, and then
Yeah.
leave your address so we know your house is empty.
Manchester is not the capital of the north.
I've got my mate John's going. My mate John is in Manchester. He's coming out for a drink, and he's taller than Paul. Paul's gonna get a big surprise.
Your mate John's going.
There's a lot of
John who?
Yeah.
I'm not saying his last name on
Little
YouTube.
John.
You're not saying his last name. Why? The police have.
His nickname Gangster. His nickname Gangster.
Gangster.
So John's going. Yeah. So he's
easy.
Sounds like it should be nicknamed Treebeard.
Just don't build this up and then him turn up and he's the least gangster person you could ever meet.
Yeah.
He's
Are we talking Ali G level of gangster?
Paul
Or
doesn't
Tony
make him a
Soprano?
frigging gangster. I'm 6'1", but I don't go around, gangbanging.
I don't want this conversation.
Not like that.
It's pish. It's a pish conversation. We're not having it. Move on to something TFUK Con. Right, not that pish conversation.
Yes,
Fine.
probably. Maybe Newcastle, but it's too far north. It's practically Scotland.
I mean, I like Newcastle though. Newcastle. I mean, Durham's better.
We're talking about
I've
the
got to
con.
say Durham's better.
Yeah, sorry, we're not really
Places
talking
to
about the
go.
con. Now we're talking
Yeah.
about good
Yeah.
places that aren't Manchester.
But yes,
Right, the con is going to be
Con.
great. The
Yeah.
con's going to be
It'll be
fantastic.
amazing.
And
Amazing.
it's a new hotel, so we don't know what it's like.
Nope.
And there's going to be
Let
a
us know
lot
in
of...
the comments if you're going. There's a few people said that, so keep going.
The suggestion is
Star
that
them all.
last year they had about 200 people for the mini con, and of course they sold out. This year they've sold out again. 300 to 400 people is what I'm hearing is
Wow.
there.
That's
It's going to be a bit bigger.
wow. That's a lot.
I'm hoping the bar area has
well
plenty of
impressed.
room in this new
I
hotel.
just hope there's cocktails available. Or I'll be angry.
Are we bringing drinks in our bag?
Cocktails! I want cocktails.
Yes.
Are we bringing what?
Drinks in our bag.
I'm
thinking
not. I would. I
I've
like.
wine
it.
in a bag.
discussed this live on the stream.
If someone brings a cool bag, I'll bring some beverages to put in the cool bag. I'm happy to do that. I haven't
What
got
did
the
we do
ability to bring it.
Last time we didn't. We just bought.
Why
from
do
the
I
bar.
imagine Alexis turning up with a 4-pack? They're just
Yeah.
drinking everyone else's beer.
I contributed.
This is a 1-pack. You deal with that shit.
No, it's more of a keg.
Yes.
But that means it's ready for a party, Alexis.
I
That's
Exactly.
think if you have
Exactly.
a hip flask for emergency purposes, that should always be.
Pushing for the pushing.
I will say,
Before you go, Ian. Before you go, Ian's just said goodnight. I just need to say something to Ian before he goes.
Hi,
Thanks
Ian.
so much for looking after
Love you,
the show
Ian.
next week. We just got a little something, and please, everyone, just I'm really looking forward to this. So it's going to be By the Fireside with Ian Arrowfire next Friday at 8 p.m.
Is that Ian on the left or on the right? I can't. Ian is in. Ian doesn't. Oh no, Ian's on the right. Ian
I appreciate
Ian's
I'm not the tallest or the heaviest, but I am going to be fucking with him.
All right.
Oh, you mean on the
Oh,
stream?
Okay, Pete.
No,
that's okay.
no,
Why do
no.
you
Do
have,
you know
what
what? No,
difference
do you
does
know
it make that you're
no.
not the tallest or the heaviest? That's a very
'Cause
strange thing. to drop
You're not
into.
fighting. It's just
Look,
literally a show you do together. Like, why would
Hang
they
on.
leave him too?
Wait a minute. Wait.
No,
Wait.
I-
He
no,
thinks
I-
it's a fight to the death.
Wait,
Fucking destroy him.
Who
I'm
is
the
the heaviest?
tallest.
Who
I'm
is
the
the heaviest?
heaviest.
Who's the heaviest? Is it the same person as who's the tallest?
Ooh. I don't know
I'm
if we
curious
need
now.
to discuss this now.
So
Are you
we
talking
need
about
we need some
arms?
string. We need some string to measure the arms, and we need some scales.
I thought. Oh, so you're not talking.
Welcome to the
just
21st century. I need string. Bring me string for measuring.
You're a tape measure. Hang on there.
And a
That was the
donkey.
wedding.
This is not the mini con I wanted, but it's the mini con I expect.
Just to be clear, obviously there are panels and things that will be happening at the Minicon. There is a
Really?
trader hall, Primetime Toys, one of the many traders that'll be there. Toy Foo will be there again, I believe, as
Time
well.
Toys, who actually got publicity from TF Nation.
They
this week.
did featured
Hi,
the Great Moth,
I have
Greg and Paddy all there.
Greg. If you're listening or watching, bring some of your fans' toys stands, the blue ones. You know what I mean?
The Alexis has spoken.
I have.
Because if you don't know how to use Messenger.
And
No.
I'll just
Because
say
apparently
it
this is the only way you can
Greg,
comment.
how much are your
on it.
stands? Greg, how much are your stands? No, those ones. The stands. The stands.
Shut the fuck up.
Have you looked at the stands yet?
Anyway.
Okay, I'm not going to go morbid, but one of them's going to be
five.
He's asking how many you want. They're like, oh my god, it fucking worked.
Oh, is there?
For God's sake, Mark.
You're encouraging him. Don't reinforce those behaviours.
2 for a Rohan's reasoning price. Yeah.
So it begins.
What time are you getting there again, Alexis, on the Saturday?
I'm Friday crew.
Yeah, Friday crew.
Oh,
good. Can you imagine not being in the Friday crew?
That'd be a quiet Friday night, then, won't it?
Why would you say that?
A few drinks down the library, not.
I'm going to work in London that day.
By night down the library, not.
I'll have a lager and a Baileys.
For those who are interested, I might have a new hairstyle again because hairstyles are hair.
Baby
right?
boy.
Fuck it, it's hair, right?
For all those people that are interested,
I can't wait till
why would you
Alexis
ask
passes out with a chair again, just so we can make this a
Might
thing
sound
every
hairstyle.
time.
It's hair, right? So you just grow more, right? So fuck it.
Hey, don't tease
Pete,
me.
don't
That's
worry
not
about
fair.
it.
That's harsh. That's just harsh. There's no need.
This is the choice, all right?
I'll
You
get a
say
haircut
that,
before
Pete,
then.
and you believe it.
Anyway, the Mini Con looks great, and hopefully it'll be as cool and laid back and relaxed as it has been.
Anyone looking forward to anything specific on the panels at all?
Especially for the Friday crew.
I mean, well, I was looking forward to see Andy Cousins, but unfortunately, obviously, with passing away, it's just such a shock. Like, I don't think anybody saw this. Well, not that I know of. Like, I know people who were in contact with them, and I don't think they realised.
I think it really was a massive surprise because
Yeah.
if he had sadly had been poorly, he wouldn't have been doing a panel at TFN, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it came massively out of the blue, and I think took everyone by shock and was very sad.
I think I can talk from personal experience that when there is a death, it's very hard to actually. No one expects it, and you manage it. So it's our thoughts go out
personal
to the
experience,
family.
sometimes the shock deaths are the ones you can handle the best. It's the ones that linger for years and years for palliative care. They're the hardest ones by far.
Yeah.
But going back to your question, Alexis, I'm not entirely sure. Does anybody have the lineup? I can't remember what the rest of the lineup was for the.
I think Paul's looking at it right now.
Our convention special. I did look it up, but I'll find it now.
We're well prepared here.
So obviously is it
Chris Carter's doing one.
Is it similar format to TF Nation? So you get 9 o'clock, you get your band. 10 a.m. is early access. Trade Hall is at 10 a.m. 9:30 a.m.
No early access.
Just irregular.
No early access. You just go in with the rest.
Oh shit! So it's all just like
it's not as big as TFN. The main TFN lecture.
What?
No, wait! I can't cheat my way in for early access by completely ignoring queues and just walking in wherever I want.
Shit, son.
So we got Jack Lawrence. So Jack Lawrence was one of the artists on The Lost Light.
Yes.
And has been to many TF Nations before, so he'll be there.
Amazing artist.
There's also Chris Carter, another artist. He was one of the artists on All Hail Megatron, Revenge of the Fallen, and he contributed. On Revenge of the Fallen and Alliance, and he was involved in a lot of the Spotlight issues as well.
And it's probably mate. He's a massive part of the intro videos on the opening ceremonies of all the TFNs, where they cut loads of versions of the series and stuff. Exceptionally talented individual.
Yeah, I can go through the schedule. The schedule opens at 10 o'clock, and that's the main hall. They've got a special showcase at 11 a.m. So it'll be the first panel of the day. They'll do some new products. At 12 o'clock, there's Jack Lawrence, the Jack Lawrence bit. And then at 1 p.m., there's a thing called Faster, Stronger, More Alive. And it's a long-time Toy Few collaborator and Master of Action, Matt Marshall, harnesses the power of Nucleon in the presentation. Then at 2 p.m., we've got a break. So the panels take a break, and obviously the trader, forge, and guest areas remain open. Time for cocktails.
Shots.
A couple of bottles of
4 p.m.,
Lambrini.
right? I think Trader Hall closes at 4 p.m. I think it is.
Yeah, you're right with that. Optical enhancement with Chris Carter at 3 p.m. So he's the TFN contributor, IDW colorist, and he talks about how some of the most memorable pieces he worked on came together. 4 o'clock, the trader area closes, like Alexa said. Then 4 o'clock, RoboSen Robotics and Rocky Liu from the general manager of RoboSen joins to show off some of their incredible creations. 4 o'clock, registration ends, merch collection ends. There's a competition at 5 o'clock. Closing ceremony at 5:30. At 6 o'clock, the main hall closes, and then the best bit starts when we all start hello to each other. Lads, and ladies.
Members of the show will be singing boy band classics in the bar.
I'm just going to share.
Was the most manly I've ever
You are my arrow fire, the one.
So there's some
only
this year,
YouTuber.
traders,
Sorry.
which we're going to see. Arcade Prince, Bear Toys Cave, Beyond Technology, Geek Station, Toy Foo, which is always immense, T4E, Starbase, SS Toys, and Prime Time Toys.
In answer to Charlie's question about the show wags, there will be several.
It will be en masse
in present, and just be careful because once they hit the cocktails, there's no guarantees what's going on there.
Lambrini cocktails.
Yeah, and Jermaine, if you're watching, me and you will pop off for another blowjob. All right, nice one.
What a great way to end the show. Please reach out if you haven't already and you're going to the show and you don't know anyone. We'd love to see you there. I can't wait. It's going to be absolutely spectacular. Please head to TF UK on Facebook or Transformers the Show and hit up.
Don't forget Twitter, Instagram as well.
Just say it. It's literally
all the above.
Oh, Instagram, Storm Toy Photography. If you just like pictures of Chug with no creativity, look at my page, Storm Toy Photography.
Oh, shut up, they're beautiful, Jamie.
Yeah. Chug stuff.
So just like you.
Peter, what's your Twitter?
Pete_Willis.
I thought it was Willis_Pete.
Willis_Pete.
You're right. They're just talking a lot.
This is how it should be every week.
It should be. Me and you having a chat without listing our Twitters and our live streams. We would love to see you.
I don't even know what my
week.
Twitter is anymore. I think it's Cranko something.
I'm still on MySpace. Right. See you next week.